Good
afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Scratching Post with Scratch That Gaming Itch. It is Saturday, and you know what it means. It's Silly Voices Saturday!
Yes, it is.
Indeed,
Yay.
indeed.
It's time for
Oh, don't sound too excited.
Everyone sounds so miserable about it today. Jesus. Hold on. Gilbert, do it again, and I'll fix it.
It's time for Silly Voices Saturday! That's what I like.
Let's go. Oh,
I was
I don't
expecting
know
like,
if that came through
like,
well, but there
like
you go.
I was expecting like a raucous round of applause, you know, like the
Nope,
cheering,
nope,
you know.
Nope. Sorry.
Yeah. Just, thank you. Thank you.
single
thank
guy
you.
to crack. Fuck yeah!
Yes, thank you. Absolutely, thank you. Yes, thank you. What a great show we've got for you tonight. I don't know, because we've not pre-recorded it, so I don't know if it's a good show. It could be a crap show. Unlikely given the bunch of reprobates we assembled for the show, but here we go.
Don't set off our anxiety now.
Yeah.
God.
No, I'll set off your anxiety. How about
Oh God.
Did the dead man cometh? We have, of course, I'll introduce myself. I'm Minus Eback, and the one who runs the channel, the one who you usually expect to find on here. But we're not going to be doing tonight because, you know, even though I'm loving that game so far, we're doing the normal case Silly Voices Saturday. We have Burr.
it's Saturday, so you know what that means. I'm stealing this bit. It's time for an exciting episode of Silly Voices Saturday.
Wow.
Someone boo.
Wow.
Wow.
Thank you, Owen.
We also have, back from his exile, Mr. Divot.
Divot lives.
Nice.
And of course, we also have You Love Her Drifting.
I'm trying to eat candy cane, so if you hear crunching or me screaming because I've decided to hurt myself on one,
Oh, no.
you're fine.
Oh no.
No, I
Don't
don't think
make
it's
me come
decided
over
to.
there.
It's an accidentally to. It's an accidentally.
Usually,
I sure
yeah.
hope it's not decided to.
No.
Sir, what's the cause of death? I'm afraid she
Candy
was
cane.
stabbed by a candy cane.
Yeah, pretty much.
What about the next one? Oh yeah, they try to eat a Toblerone.
But
Next-
accidentally, do you mean accidentally?
Yeah.
God.
Interesting next, of course, we all know her, or all them, which is, I like to refer to them as our token American as well on the show. Okay.
Hi.
Token American, sorry.
No, it's just. I feel like the lead up was going for Laura, and then you remembered. Wait, shit.
No. I was trying to make the joke about token American because, you know, you're the only American that's on this chat.
I mean, that's the joke that I make. I literally made that joke to a friend group who I have now realized I have not actually talked about Saturday Silly Voices with somehow.
Oh, somehow.
So
Also,
that's I'm gonna make
have a
sure that they know it's happening.
did you cock a gun when Al announced you? Because there was
No?
like, hello.
Oh dear.
I did
Yeah.
not. I think I was just. I'm just munching. I'm just finishing my very late breakfast.
Fair enough.
So it's a lunch then.
Brunch.
Brunch. Moving over from the States to across the sea in Asia, we have, of course, our very own woman of Japan, Laura Petal.
I made sure to give Eustace a nice few loads of candy canes, and I sat him in the corner with tapings of Bluey on the mobile, so he's well catered for.
Wow.
Why can't I actually see that happening now?
iPad baby Eustace is such a good fucking bit. I'm so glad we're doing it.
It certainly is
I
a
have
bit
to
that's
watch an
happening.
episode of Bluey at some point.
Hi,
I
out
love
of
it.
character, my neck is slightly stiff. I headbanged a lot yesterday, but I'm very happy. I hugged Adrienne Cowan from Seven Spires because she melts my heart every single time she sings and growls.
Oh.
She's
Yeah.
lovely.
We're just happy you weren't squished in the mosh pit.
Mm. We go and
I'll have to talk about the show later. Yeah.
speaking of Mosh Pit, we of course have someone who is, I'd say, our resident metalhead, Mr. Lemongrass. Wait, what are you doing? Wow. There he goes.
He's turned into a satellite.
And my good friend and yours, Mr. Mistropolis.
Hi, my name's Simeon Saint. I'm 24. and if you're looking for a fantastic beast, I know where you can find one.
Wow.
Jesus.
Took a weird turn. Like, I swear something
I'll
about
have to
that
show the
character-
video that's from. But yeah.
Okay. But there's something about that specific character that always ends up kind of extremely goofy. Like there was a joke because when Bronco was still named when Bronco Knight was named Knightly because of it was in the before time, if you will.
In the before
times.
The before times.
But
Before the Fire Nation attack.
but yeah, I mean, that's one way to explain it. But
Listen
back
now,
then,
let me
the-
tell you a story.
back when he was still called Knightly, there was a joke about how often do you find yourself thinking of I don't know how we fucking ended up there, but it ended up in a joke of how often do you find yourself thinking of Horace Knightly. It's just got so silly.
Oh, hey,
and
I'm in a
gay. That
digital.
was the other part.
I forgot I'm
had
a
a-
digital person.
Cause yeah,
You're in the Matrix.
I
Don't
love
worry
it.
about it.
Oh
Yeah.
God,
Oh no,
did I take the blue pill or the red pill?
I
oh
don't know.
no.
that's up to you.
I mean,
Wait, which
I
pill's
mean,
which?
given the
doing?
fact the surroundings are certainly all trippy, I'd say you took a pill.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you which one, but you certainly took one.
Did you take the
You
red
can-
pill or the blue pill? I took the green pill, Your Honor. Wait, what?
No. The fact you all of a sudden believe makes that even funnier.
I took the
Like-
blood pill.
Peak
I grew up-
comedy.
I ground them both together and took them up the nose.
Oh, so you took the purple one then? Okay. good
Isn't
to
that
know.
an XKCD comic?
Yeah.
Right.
I signed this strange certificate that was like a waiver or something, and now I ended up here.
Oops.
Oops.
Could
All right.
somebody free me now, please? Please?
So where were we last week, everyone? Can anyone recall?
I don't have
We are looking
memory.
for the evidence of some kind based on through the evidence. This entire thing is about that we found
were-
pieces of evidence that was able to be put into Kay's magical doodad, making it go bup, 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 and it made
Little
this
beep.
crime scene for
Yeah.
us. We're looking for
Stuff.
We're investigating the scene of the crime. We're trying to figure out whether the body could have been dropped in the well without anyone noticing, which I don't believe we can. I don't believe it could be.
Okay, baby.
Baby!
Thank you.
Hey, we need you. They're muted though. Too.
Ooh.
I'm still munching. Ah, sorry.
I was gonna say they're probably munching something, aren't they?
Nom 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 nom.
Minecraft noises.
I mean, just like Maya, Kay is constantly.
Yeah.
munching.
I think Kay is way more of a crunchy snacker than Maya is, and
Yeah.
Kay would be absolutely obnoxious about it. So you're
mean,
lucky I'm not going full method for this.
I don't
I now
think
need
Maya.
snacks
I don't
without
think
being-
Maya would appreciate a crunchy burger.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Mm. You
So,
say- you
do you
say
gu-
something.
sorry, I just realized the fucking line that. Hello? Sorry, Kay is flirting.
They can't hear us.
Regina is having an age-appropriate love interest, who seems like she would be down to teach her about death, which doesn't seem like any of the others would. Sorry,
Edwin,
that's...
and I saw you from across the yard and we dig your vibe.
Oh dear.
no. And Edward just is like, no. What are you fucking talking about?
Don't forget, Kay.
No, I've got confidence. I'm just losing my shit over here thinking about the fact that this sounds like you come here often. Okay.
As of the fact that we're about, what is it?
So, do you come to visit the prison often, Regina? I also had to swallow is the other thing that I was like vamping for.
I sure do. I have so many little friends here. It's wonderful. Oh, such sweeties. The old faces and new. I met a new friend only yesterday. Alicia's the cutest.
Cute. That full-grown alligator lurking in the depths of the pond.
Are you sure about that? Can't help worrying. You could just walk up and then chomp, you know?
If I may interrupt, I think your thinking voice doesn't work out.
Yeah, don't worry about that. I'm working on that.
Oh, don't be silly. She never do anything like that.
Don't be silly, but this is silly by Saturday.
Hey.
I'm not
Yes, I have a
silly.
Malteser in my mouth.
I am not jealous. I want Maltesers.
Yes. I was going to say, I can't wait for Kate to come over here so I can feed them Maltesers.
Okay.
I read
There are
the
two
line
things that I
code.
enjoy watching everyone eat for the first time. A is a Malteser, and B are sausage rolls.
Yeah,
You have to get me to try sausages first.
have a Marmite.
The sausage rolls are different from sausages. Trust me.
Okay, they're completely separate? Then why
They
are they called the thing? Sorry, that's
Because
me
Because
being bad
English.
at English. Yeah.
They're there and there. They're there and there.
Both use sausage meat, which is the main
Yeah.
reason.
Okay. Well, you need me to get me to try sausage meat then.
Yeah.
Because the only meat that I currently eat is chicken.
Right.
Anyway.
You read the line, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Especially since she's not doing great. And she hasn't been herself since yesterday. I'm so worried about her. You guys are worried too, right? Right? Don't you bleep me?
There's a beep noise.
Why am I being censored over here?
That's when
Yeah.
Regina was replaced by Padme.
Goodness gracious. Yeah, totally. Super worried. Right, Mr. Edgeworth? Make me look compassionate and friendly, cute girl.
Yes. Super. Yes.
That's your bleep, bud. That's your bleeps.
And
No,
Miles
I'm
Edgeworth.
a
I've never heard such language from you.
I'm actually attempting to do it, so it's actually meant to be like, don't rope me into this.
Perfect.
I
So-
thought you were gonna say like something like super worried it's not gonna eat us.
Now we're out of dialogue. As someone who hasn't caught up on the streams and is, just watching whatever happens. Why the hell are we in Matrix 5?
Don't worry about it.
Mhm.
It's fine.
It's Little Thief. It happened in the previous game too.
But I also
I
wasn't there for
promise.
because I was in America for 3 months.
Oh right.
Oh yeah. Well, so Kay has
It happened multiple
Pinocchio.
times in the last game though.
I never saw it. I never
Damn.
saw it happen.
You just managed to miss every stream of that. So yeah, so Kay has Little Thief, which can like recreate the crime scene via hologram.
Mm,
Basic information you put into it.
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
The chairs are lined up neatly for the show. Though we know there were fewer empty seats during the performance.
Something about this space, the way the seats are arranged. Reminds me of a karaoke contest I entered as a kid.
You entered a karaoke contest?
I sure did, and I came in second. Even in the depths of night when no other bird dares to take flight. One alone soars to shine the light of righteousness on the world's blight.
Tell me you didn't actually sing that.
No, I rapped it. I sure did.
I
Sorry.
wrapped it.
I'm so proud of that stupid joke. Thank you, Drifting.
She did well to take second place, or perhaps stole is more apt. Or is it more that she failed to steal first place? I'm overthinking this.
You fucking
Also,
nerd.
entering a karaoke concert as a kid, contest as a kid, so like 2 weeks ago.
Damn.
She is only 17 for both of the Ace Attorney Investigations games, which like feels nuts, and is why I kept making jokes about her, ditching school. But apparently, it does take place during break, so never mind.
I just imagine Kay Faraday trying to actually enter one of those karaoke contests, but she just slam poetry instead.
I can believe that.
Even in the
almost
darkness of night, one soul bird takes flight. It has 3 legs and can fuck you all up. Or something. The great thief's great secret weapon. Color me intrigued, Mazzarino. Not exactly by the book stuff, though, yeah? Using great thief do that in an official investigation? Whoa, enough with the death stare, Chief. I'm cool, okay? I can keep a secret.
Somehow I doubt that.
Anything for the truth, ma, right?
It's possible that vital evidence has already been destroyed. Without Kay's reproduction of the scene, we have no hope of finding it.
Relax. Like I said, I'm just zipping it up politely while you cats do your thing, Daddy-o.
Thank you. That would be very helpful, Fender.
Nod and smile, boys. Nod and smile.
This pond is home to Warden Lagarde's beloved alligator.
And look! Hang on. I can't see. And look, those bones must be from her latest meal.
I somewhat doubt an alligator could pick a carcass clean like that.
But you don't know, do ya? You think? I got the feeling she was rather ladylike in her own way, actually.
If you
Hey,
say
you're just
so.
saying fucking nonsense. I love you, but... Well, I do. I kind of have a sixth sense for these things. You're just saying shit. I love you.
That's a fish skeleton, though. Alligators and crocodiles eat fish whole.
An interesting talent, though not one I'm particularly envious of.
Now that's one impressive fence. I'm sure I could climb it if I...
Please don't. It's electrified.
It's electrifying.
But I wonder what's on the other side.
It's a
I'm like the chicken across
T-Rex,
the road in
okay?
that way. A real Icarus story, you know?
It's a T-Rex enclosure gonna get eaten.
The
Kay
wood-
would have such a wild fucking time in Jurassic Park. She's definitely a dinosaur kid. Sorry, I thought about that too hard.
It's fine.
Oh, I was absolutely a dinosaur kid. I still am a dinosaur kid.
Same.
The warden's office, I believe.
Well, no, I'm more of a practical effects kid, and that's why I love Jurassic Park so much. Because of the practical effects in it. Anyway, I guess she likes to keep a close eye on her pets.
This facility would probably function better as a zoo than a prison.
You're not wrong.
We've had a points request, a points redeem.
That's one of yours, Bert.
Ah, it's mine. No, I'm not answering your questions. What are you, a cop?
Fender
Great.
just strikes me as that kind of guy, honestly. Just,
Yeah.
what are you, a
Also,
cop?
I wanted
yeah.
to say that when Fender said that he's just gonna smile and sit on the sidelines, I was thinking like he's gonna try to sit on a holographic chair, put his hat on his face, and go to sleep. But the holographic chair doesn't exist, so he'll just tumble down.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
It's the pen that held Azia, the Asian elephant. Now empty, as the lady herself is on stage.
I wonder how they got her in here in the first place.
Teleportation magic.
What do you mean?
Well, the entrance to the yard is people-sized. There's like a gazillion megawatts pumping through that fence. Or so you said. Kind of risky, no?
Gigawatts.
Not if one turned off the electricity.
Yeah, but then all the prisoners would escape.
Through an electrified fence entrance blocked by an elephant? I think not.
Fun fact: gazillion is actually in the Cambridge Dictionary.
Delightful. This reminds me of a puzzle, all right? I need to give it one more thought.
Huh.
Nice.
Right, told me about a man like who was interested in puzzles, but I thought he was lying.
Edgeworth thinks that the entire Labyrinthia case is an elaborate lie concocted by Phoenix to explain why he wasn't around to care for Pearl, because, Pearl wasn't in England. I think is extremely in character for all of them in that situation.
Give me a second. Really?
Now I have
Really? You could have just told me that you didn't want to babysit Pearl, and I would have gladly taken Pearl on. I mean, I already have to look after Kay. Why do you have to make up this elaborate story about fantastic medieval places? Honestly, right? Can't you just be honest?
Can you just
No, have you ever met me?
This situation reminds me of a puzzle.
Oh God, The funny thing is, though, he would not have met Kay yet by that point, because I believe the
True,
generally
yeah.
agreed upon point it would happen is it's the reason that Maggie had Tigray defend her, as stupid as that is.
And honestly, Edgeworth, I wouldn't have been able to tell you because that look you always give me.
God, I love these people.
She seems to be enjoying the challenge. I'll leave her to it.
Okay, I have my request for a line.
That man told me about a world where everything was done by solving puzzles. But I thought he just had too many edibles.
Well,
God.
they're legal now.
That reminds me of a puzzle, man.
Listen, it's California. They've been legal for a while.
Exactly, yeah.
It would
I
appear...
should check exactly when that happened. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. It would appear that we're missing some data for this point in time.
Yep, that's about the size of it. You gotta steal us some data.
What are you talking about?
I don't steal data, Kay. I use logic and deduction to get what I need.
Well, I'm more of an act first, think later kind of gal.
Please don't add to my workload with your recklessness. I'd hate to have to order your arrest.
As if he would ever fucking do that. Like, even if Kay actually did commit a crime, he would never do that. That is his daughter. Sorry, I just love their relationship so much, and how he'll like act as if he's still tough and whatever, and like, more beholden to the law than his connections, but no, he loves his friends.
The apples in the basket were likely eaten by Azia.
Really? That's strange. Richard put the car where her trunk couldn't reach them.
Are you sure about that?
Oh yes, and I'm sure that's a meme. It was still full of apples the night before the show.
Then we must consider the possibility that the cart was moved to somewhere within Azia's reach. A large basket full of apples couldn't have been moved by the wind, which likely means somebody moved it for a reason.
I was too
I think
late.
they were moving something past it.
Are you sure about that?
Oh my god. Sorry, I need y'all to know. Because I just Googled it. Because I wanted to get like a little source on that. So maybe I'll even add it to the Ace Attorney timeline I share with Drifting. Because it would be funny. Also because I don't think there's anything in this approximate area already. But 2016, the year of the first Ace Attorney game. Like, that's when that is set. That's when weed was legalized. So, like, that fucking year.
Yeah.
And I think it's specifically between cases 3 and 4,
Yeah.
which is extra hilarious, because it gives me the idea of Phoenix first hearing about Edgeworth's like allegedly having shot somebody while stoned with Maya.
That's why the whole series is bonkers.
Well, it happened in November, and the first case is in August, if I remember correctly. So like, there was already like Larry Butt. So it cannot be just that. Anyway, sorry about that.
That's right.
I mean, Larry is high on
Fe-
something completely different.
Phoenix probably doesn't take the stuff, but Larry absolutely does.
Phoenix does from Apollo Justice.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think Phoenix does like recreationally and casually. He doesn't do it often, but like when he becomes Phoenix, he's an ambiguous level partially so that he can use it as like an obfuscating measure so that he can, pull one over on Kristoff by pretending to be stoned when he's not.
But also, I mean, isn't that risky? I mean, think of the mixing of grape juice and,
I mean, I
The amount
feel
of
like
people who get crossfaded here in Colorado is up there. So like it's a common thing to do actually. So like
It's not clever
Yeah.
to do, but
it's not
think
clever,
with-
it's not wise, but yeah. Also it is canonically grape juice, it's not wine, so we're fine. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm big nerd alert.
Anyone else see this anything before I carry on? No?
yeah, go ahead.
No, I think we're good.
So before the show had even started, the cart had been moved and its apples eaten. Yes, that seems to be the most probable timeline. Let's update the recreation, Kay.
Will do. I'll add that in the simulation of the performance then. Updating based on what Regina told us now. Bap, 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 bap. There, all done.
If you're gonna do the sound effect yourself.
Let's check it.
I
Okay.
think Lemon might be like 2 steps ahead of what I was just about to do. Look online for an actual version of that.
I
How did this last week? What are you talking about?
I'll prove it. Where's your sound alert?
There you go.
Well,
That doesn't add up.
Oh no.
I better think again.
Items around the well and the
Yeah, items
Saint's
around the
Big
well and Mr. Saint's big moment.
I love that incorrect usage of his logic hurts him physically. That's actually really funny to me.
I mean, that's kind of realistic. Of all
Yes,
the things in the game.
the most realistic the game's ever been.
Kinda.
every time it's wrong, it's like, oh god, I'm a fucking idiot. Ow!
Yeah, exactly.
And then
The trick Mr. Saint performed for his big scene could have something to do with all the items we found by the well.
Well.
Kate, I'd like you to have a look at the equipment around the well from yesterday. Can you have Mr. Thief bring up the recreation from when they were tearing down the stage?
You got it.
I love how Fender is just standing there menacingly.
Why is it suddenly called Mr. Thief, not Little Thief?
Taking another look at these items, could they not have been used for this trick of Mrs. Saint's?
Sounds plausible enough. Hey, maybe I could add it to the simulation.
Good idea. Please go and ask Mr. Saint for the details.
Roger that. I'll be right back.
CK, this is a what we call a legal and very much ethical use of AI.
God.
Wait, what are you doing to my
I have
cell?
so many thoughts about the origin of of Little Thief, because like it's vaguely similar in that it can do like holograms to widget, and like no one else has this advanced technology here in the year of our Lord. I believe still 2019 at that point. Yeah, no, it's still 2019 because Disbarment Day is in April, and we're not in April yet. Yeah. Sorry, that's how I measured. You know me.
That's right.
But
BD before disbarment.
yeah, basically. because all of the trilogy set games are set pre-disbarment, and anyway, but like we don't see fucking anybody else at all with this level of technology in this period, like except maybe Blue Screen from the fucking Recipe for Turnabout, but like that's a maybe. Also, like that has more of the vibes of like shitty tech startup. But like the idea that maybe Little Thief was created by Metis is like something that I have many feelings about. I just needed to say that because like that idea of like it all connects forward.
You were saying, Laura?
Yes. Sorry.
I just had a bit of a funny thought come to my mind. Like Disbarment Day is the Ace Attorney version of D-Day.
I mean, literally the amount of people on the day it actually happened in 2019 that were like making art of it was just so great, because that was I think also the year that Phoenix would turn 30.
Great present.
Crazy. Yeah. I think it was either that or like the year after. Anyway, sorry. I love this franchise. It infected my brain. I'm back, and he told me exactly how he did it.
Excellent.
You stole it from me.
Well, how does it work?
I just asked a question. He said he used the pulley at the top of the well to suspend a heavy weight from a rope. And lowered that down the well. At the other end of the rope went through 2 more pulleys. And was tied around his body.
I see. So he used the downward pull of the weight to help him launch himself into the air. But how did he make sure the weight only dropped when he wanted it to?
He used a stake to stop it, that's how.
Miss Berry didn't seem to know anything about the trick or the contraption he built for it, in which case, I suppose it must have been Mr. Saint himself who pulled out the stake.
That's right. And to do that, he used a second length of rope. He tied it to the stake, and then, when he gave it a sharp tug, the stake was released, and the weight dropped down the well. It's just like in physics. It's a great trick. I have to steal it.
You already have.
This one has to go to the Great Thief's repertoire.
It may not be quite that easy. These kinds of circus tricks can require years of practice to master. Simply stealing the idea won't be enough.
All right, practice it is then.
Well, before you run away and do so, would you mind updating the simulation?
Oh, right. Then we can see how it all worked for ourselves. Okay, I'm switching back to the recreation of the performance. And now, to add in the data.
Enter the whole thing into the incredible machine.
the little thief should be able to reproduce the trick now.
Yeah, this seems to be just Edgeworth refers to it as Mr. Thief.
Yeah, he refers to it as Mr. Thief, which it's a further thing of like in Turnabout Samurai, he refers to Miss Monkey as Mr. Monkey, if I remember correctly. It's a little quirk of his that he will like misname things, and other people don't really seem to necessarily notice or correct him, and it's one of the many reasons that he appears autistic to me. Because it's like, auditory processing bad, I feel you.
I think he's just using honorifics in his own way.
There's that too, and that's also autism. That's the other thing. I say that with affection. Just like, to be clear, this is me seeing myself in fictional character, not trying to like assign
Makes sense.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is how Mr. Saint performed this trick. Mr. Saint's trick data jotted down in my organizer.
Simeon's full of surprises, huh?
Indeed.
I mean, dropping a weight down a well to help him fly off the stage like that's genius.
Indeed. So genius, I'll give him a crystal. But I imagine he would have needed quite a lot of weight. More than him, at the very least.
And a gold star.
Oh no.
Yes. I don't know about, but this person said he would give him a gold star.
Don't you dare do that again.
That's fair.
I have to
That
admit,
thing me up.
I have once for a while wanted to kind of get like green screen the background of some of those sprites and have them pop up and be like, you get a gold star when they when people subscribe and things, or not just him, like other random things, like I don't know, Francisca saying something, I don't know. I have to probably
There could
write
be
some dialogue.
objection stuff,
Yeah, 'cause-
especially since you had me go and grab the objections.
That's something which I'm
Yeah.
coming up with.
We
Yeah.
have options.
If you still have the animation for the crystals, it does not appear on the stream, so it might be hidden. That layer could be hidden in the scene or something.
That's fine. I'll sort it out later.
Yeah, and probably a ton of practice.
As a person who was dabbling a bit in mechanics, I must say this contraption actually wouldn't work because the friction and the tension of the rope around the stake would cause it to not be movable at all. It would just stay.
Does this put together? Yeah.
Wait, doesn't this seem odd to you? Oh, shoot. Lemming just had to BRB. That is a good opportunity for me to BRB really, really, really fast just because I gotta put my the dip back in the fridge.
Sure.
Be right back.
Quickly, hurry.
It's fine. Lemon will do the line when he gets back. By the way, audience, we're probably going to wrap this case up tonight with a bit of luck. So we might actually finish the stream a little bit early. But we'll see once we get there.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. We'll see. Stretch.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
I'm back.
Did I miss anything? I don't know.
No. Diva, do you want to give us your best gumshoe?
No.
Where the did you come, detective? You haven't noticed, detective? There's something strange about the weight we found. What do we think is strange about the weight?
How heavy it is?
I would say
Yeah.
30 pounds for
Lifting a man off the
Guy-
ground?
Yeah.
Yep.
for a man off the ground.
absolutely
like,
wrong.
Saint looks spindly, but not 30 pounds spindly.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Sorry.
I go away for 2 minutes and I get voice lines.
You only had one line. You had one
and I
word.
said it, and it was the word no.
Yeah.
I think you're fine.
Nevertheless.
The one weight on its own wouldn't be heavy enough. A single 30-pound weight couldn't have lifted Mr. Saint off the ground.
Oh, yeah.
In which case, could there perhaps be some weights missing?
Sounds like a job for my 7 secret weapons, sir.
Should the need to use them arise, I suppose I should speak with him then.
Yeah, the initial drop would jerk him back, but definitely not move him anywhere up or anything.
Detective, I have need of one of your secret weapons.
Roger that.
The metal detector, if you'd be so kind.
Oh, jeez. I'm never gonna get used my fishing rod. So, before we get started, let me run you through how the metal detector works, sir. It's simple enough. It uses this sound and this gauge to tell you how close you are to something made of metal. The closer you get, the more strongly it'll react. When it starts going wild like this, just give me the order to examine the spot where I'm standing. Say, what do we got here? Oh, defense. Anyway, that's how it all works. You tell me where you want me to look, sir, and I'll get right on it.
I have one problem with this whole metal detecting thing.
Mm-hmm.
That weight looked like it was made of some sort of clay, not metal.
It was made of metal. I believe it's just like a sort of like rusted matte sort of thing, like
I was thinking it would
painted
be like-
perhaps with ceramic or something like that.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's like a rubber coating over weights.
Oh, that too.
I love the fact that we're getting Gumshoe with his metal detector and also his theme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you
Then
do a
you'll
few
have a
twirls
book while we're working.
with the gun, please?
Whoa, 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 whoa,
I
whoa.
love Gumshoe secret weapons.
What do we have here? Sir, I'm picking up something over here. Let's take a little look-see. Huh? Found these little guys in the grass.
They're the same as the weight we found by the well. They must be from Mr. Saint's trick. Did someone hide these here on purpose?
I count 4 altogether, sir.
They would be more than heavy enough to send him flying.
So somebody hid several of the same weights as the one by the well. But why? And why over here?
Yes. Nice work, me.
Yeah, nice work, Gumshoe.
An alligator!
That thing nearly gave me a heart attack. Huh?
What's the matter, detective?
The metal detector, sir. It's reacting to the alligator.
What? How?
You're sure it's not responding to the weights we just found?
No, sir. I'm sure this is something different. And I'm sure it's coming from the alligator. That's gone.
And she's gone.
See you later.
We scared that big snapper good.
I picked up what you're putting down, Bear.
I don't think that's it, Kay.
Shit. Huh? Then what is it?
What's your fucking language, young lady?
You need to not look dumb in front of the girl. Mm-hmm.
Ellie hasn't been herself lately.
That's the name. Allie, the warden's favorite pet.
She wouldn't even look at the food warden the cart brought her yesterday. She was acting as if, I don't know, as if maybe she'd eaten something that didn't agree with her.
Maybe the metal detector responded to whatever she ate, sir.
Oh no! What if she ate one of the weights?
I highly doubt that even an alligator could swallow a 30-pound lump of iron. So what did the metal detector actually pick up? And why would someone hide those weights?
I was just saying, it's a ticking clock inside. You just hear.
I guess we'll have to wait and see, Mr. Edgeworth.
Smee. Perhaps I missed something. Perhaps I missed something when I looked at the equipment by the well. It's that damn crocodile again.
Ooh, way, Captain. That's it. Can I ask? Can I hear that, Mr. Smee again? I'm like, wow. Wow.
It's an alligator, Captain Edgeworth.
Smee! Save me!
Now I'm just thinking of that. Don't try and stop me this time, Smee. Don't try and stop me. What are you doing? Stop me. Stop me right now, Smee.
Which it's really dark that scene is about suicide, but it's so
Yeah, it's
funny,
so
fucking
dark.
funny.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that should be Edwin. Like, Gumshoe, stop me, Gumshoe.
Dustin Hoffman.
That's literally the plot of the second game from Edgeworth's point of view. Very
Du-
dark and kind of sad way, but also like, you know, sort of showing the friendship between the two is the only reason I feel comfortable kind of laughing about it.
Dustin Hoffman and Bob Hoskins absolutely kill that scene. It was quite
Yeah.
really-
Oh, without a doubt, yeah.
God, Bob Hoskins. Sorry, I thought too hard about that. Who Framed Roger Rabbit and
Yeah.
Mario 1993.
Also, yeah, round of applause to Mist for his Mr. Smee. You know, voice.
Yeah! Crushing it!
I have to say, ow, my cheek. Because I have to pull my cheek to do that.
Ouch.
Oh God.
Yeah.
The things I do.
For art.
In the name of performance art.
Performance, the things I do.
Perhaps I missed something when I looked at the equipment by the well. Okay, could you recreate the scene again?
Coming right up.
I love Missile just relentlessly sniffing at the ground. He will not cease.
Or
Sniff, 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 sniff.
And, okay, so we've got just the apples left. So surely we can look at something.
they said bring it back up for to go check the hiding spot.
I mean,
The spot where the weights were hidden.
Yeah, by the alligator enclosure.
Like, is there something there now?
this pond is home to the Warden Lagarde's beloved alligator.
Ah, that's what we.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
those
we
again.
said that.
We said about
Yeah.
this.
Oh, and
Yeah.
Oh, there's an elephant now in the whole
Yeah, there was a
pen.
time skip in the simulation.
we've updated it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
But also, it feels like it could be the stake that
The trolley's moved, so is there anything behind the trolley that now is visible?
Those boxes.
the trolley
A power
itself
room.
can be.
This door appears to be locked.
Want me to open it? Can't guarantee anything, but I'll certainly give it a try.
No. If we deem it necessary, we'll simply ask for the key.
Spoil sport, that could have been my chance to shine.
You're free to shine somewhere else, but you'll not make an audience out of me.
Ooh, buzzkill.
Little wonder its smell of animals is being used for the elephant.
To hold Azia's apples, right?
Yep, it was full of them the day before the show. Also, there's a point redeem.
So they vanished overnight.
Oh! Did you figure something out, Mr. Edgeworth?
Quite possibly, but you've got a line to read.
It's in the chat.
Oh, shoot, we do? Hang on. I can't see chat.
No.
I'll be a moment, I
Uh-oh.
have to pull up chat. Like,
I'll paste it on the bench.
I did. I just.
oh, thank you. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, did you know an apple a day keeps the doctor away? Especially if you throw them.
I'm not sure we should be throwing apples at medical professionals, Kay.
You
Please
just meant
don't.
my medical professionals.
Just wind it up, let it loose, and
In this house, we only throw apples at fascists.
Sorry, it's not related, but it reminds me of that scene from Batman Forever. Two-Face, show me how to punch a guy.
okay. Now I want to rewatch that movie.
She was Jim Carrey. It's yourself, my boy. You simply one of the first. Bring it back and assert yourself. I must scour the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention.
Edward, please.
Just
Stop
say
this
the
deni-
line.
Stop this denial game.
Oh, wait. Give me a second here. I think there's something to this. Could this be related to the evidence somehow? I think there's a problem here. Eureka! Think about the two recreations, the one during the performance and the one we're looking at right now. There's a major difference between the two. Namely, that one of the ropes is missing.
Oh yeah.
Mr. Saint's trick wouldn't work with only the item we see before us.
So what happened?
Where did the missing rope go?
Inside the alligator.
I think one of the pieces of evidence we've collected might tell us exactly that.
Really?
Yes, really.
What shows us where the missing rope went?
Really, really.
The rope that's there?
That is...
Oh,
It's very
Oh.
possible that the alligator has eaten the steak.
ah.
Well, the other one didn't need a stake. We've got the rope with the stake in front of us. We don't need another stake. What we need is the rope that was tied to the
rope
weight
with Mr. Saint.
that was then tied to Saint. Could it be the rope that was tied around?
Well,
Maybe.
found on top of Mr. Knight.
I was thinking that rope would be like thinner metal rope because this thick sort of like hemp rope is so visible it's hardly possible to use it within a trick.
We lost the lemming.
Take that. Oh dear.
We lost the lemming. Oh no.
Hold on, he gets back quickly. This rope was found beside Knight's body.
Wait, you mean?
Yes, it must have been the other rope used in Mr. Saint's trick.
So you're saying?
Yes, that this rope did indeed have a weight attached to it.
He's having a Windows update. That's why Lemming left.
Ah.
Oh no.
But it wasn't any of the iron weights we found. Those were hidden in the bushes and replaced with something else.
What was it, Mr. Edgeworth? Come on, I'm dying here.
Think about what the rope we found in the workshop was related to. Do that, and you'll soon figure out the answer. The weight dropped down the well in place of the iron weight was...
Mr. Knight.
Mr. Knight's body. Take that! It can only have been Knight's body that was dropped down the well.
What? Mr. Knight's body was the weight?
Yes, somebody first swapped out the weights used for Mr. Saint's trick. Then, Mr. Saint used the contraption to make his exit from the stage. We let the rope around his body loose. Both the rope and Knight's body fell to the bottom of the well. That rope was never used to restrain Knight. It was used to suspend his body halfway down the well. From this, we can easily see why most of the weights were hidden.
So that no one would realize that they've been replaced with the body.
Precisely. We can then further deduce that they were hidden by the killer.
Whoa there, gang! Was poor old drunk stabbed in the neck? And there'd be blood everywhere, including down the well.
Oh. Welcome back, Lemmy. Oh, the killer thought of that, which is why they used this. What did the killer use to stop Knight's blood from going everywhere?
The top.
The rag, yeah, the top.
Oh god, it went everywhere.
How did it get everywhere?
Everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't know exactly the wording again, but yeah. You
Oh,
got
we
the,
missed
you
the
got the
shadow.
in-joke I was referencing. Good. We did it. We
I
did
put
a
this
successful
knife-
goof.
I put this knife in his body. Oh God, why is it going everywhere?
This tarp was found with the body. I think it's likely that Knight's corpse was wrapped in it.
Oh, and now the piece of the puzzle falls into place. It's all coming together now. I love it.
But all we're doing is proving the body did go down the well. It means we're helping prove that Simeon was the killer.
No, not quite.
What about what Judge Gavel said yesterday?
Ah, but if Mr. Saint truly is the killer, why would he need to go to such lengths to commit his crime?
That's true.
Because it's an Ace Attorney game.
Knight's body fell down the well when Mr. Saint used his contraption during the show. Therefore, it reveals nothing about where the real killer actually was or what they were doing at the time. It's only designed to throw suspicion onto those who were not at the show.
Yeah. I guess we did suspect Mr. Canis right away, huh?
That was the killer's goal, to make us think that the crime took place during the show. In other words, they used the well contraption to construct an alibi. Miss Berry, when exactly did Mr. Saint put his contraption together?
Would have to have been the day before the show, the night before actually. Yeah, we started getting ready for the show at around 9 p.m. And I think we finished at around midnight.
In which case, the killer must have switched the weights out for the body after that point. Mr. Saint's trick data updated in my organizer. Did Canis know about this contraption? Even if he did, he wouldn't have been able to do much with it, and I highly doubt that he taught his dog to suspend bodies halfway down wells. Which means Canis isn't the killer. The plot thickens.
Plot clumpens.
The plot chickens.
Oh no, not chickens. Anyway, what's that thing called around the rope?
A pitol?
Yeah, I thought you
Yeah,
called it a
it's
stake. In
Uh,
which case, the stakes are high.
Wow.
God.
Look, I had that on my mind for like the last 5 minutes. Let me have this.
That's entirely fair.
I want to. Do we connect these two? Do these work together? The basket was moved the night before the circus performance, and we've deduced that the weights were switched out for the body at around the same time.
Hard to chalk that up to coincidence, huh?
Then the next question we should be asking is, why was the cart moved? I think I can hazard a guess. The cart would have been blocking that door, which can only mean...
Then somebody needed to open it.
Well, yeah, duh.
Now let's see what's... Oh, great. It's locked.
Okay, you're supposed to be the rogue.
Let me ask the guard for help. Hey, Mr. Guard! Hey!
Hey, listen!
I mean, Drifting, we've seen how well rogues do at certain aspects of lockpicking, okay?
When they were on that one, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Edgewood forbade Kay from lockpicking that door.
Exactly. Divot, do you want to take the guard, given that you know how to roll?
I can guard.
What was that?
I said I can guard.
Sure.
Mhm.
Yes, mate. What can I do for you?
That was fast. A guard, where is the key for this door?
Oh, the warden keeps hold of that. I'll go ask her for it. Ka-chow.
Warden the guard is the only one with a key? Meaning if somebody did open the door, they would have to get it from her somehow.
Thanks for the help.
No.
Oh, look at all these breakers. They must control the electricity for the whole prison.
So we're thinking somebody got in here the night before the show, right? But why? What were they trying to do?
That is surprisingly few breakers for the prison. I have like 3 times more breakers for my flat.
Well, I doubt that they came here by mistake, thinking it was a break room. They must have come to tamper with the switches.
Did they turn off the power to something?
Did they turn off the power to something?
Come to think of it, wasn't there something that lost power? What might have lost power had a breaker been flipped?
Well, one of them conveniently says camera, so I think it's the camera footage.
Timestamp is off due to a 3-hour gap in the footage.
Yeah.
Take that. There was a 3-hour gap in the security camera footage.
Shit. Can't. There we go. No, it's just not. The Discord's not cooperating with me. Okay,
no.
there we go. Oh yeah, there was. So somebody flipped the breaker it was connected to?
It seems very likely.
Do you think it was the killer?
It's true that shutting off the cameras would have made things easier for them.
It would.
Which means the killer would have to be someone who had access to the breakers. But it seems only one person has the key. Couldn't be, could it? Breaker data, jotted down by organizer.
All right, little thief. Our work here is done.
Little thief deactivated.
I now need to reverse the sound effect.
Yes, do it.
Oh dear.
Yay, Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber.
More like sensible and dumber.
More like sensible and most dumb, but I love him. He's so stupid. First on the scene, the early bird wins the worm.
Eustace, I was not racing you here.
Yes, you were.
Good morning, Mr. Winner.
How did you get here before me?
I have a car.
Fuck you.
I have a gun.
Eustace, I told you never to use that language in front of polite company.
This is polite company. What kind of company are you hanging out with?
Good morning, Mr. Edgeworth. I regret that all of our Bluey episodes ran out, so I see you've made an early start.
And I see you made a late one, Judge Gavel.
The worm is mine.
Well, touche, but this is not my only case. I'm a very busy woman.
And I haven't got all day.
Not all of us enjoy the freedom of a prosecutor, relieved of his only current responsibility. Oh, I do apologize, but sort of don't. I mean, of course, an associate attorney.
Associate, more like asinine.
We'll see about that.
I think I get it. Asinine attorney.
as an attorney.
Yeah.
He tries. Oh my god, does he try?
Eustace, let's begin the investigation of the yard.
Okay, I'll go get some officers to help.
Hold it! That won't be necessary.
My god!
We've already finished investigating the yard and won quite the prize in the process.
What? I'm supposed to be the winner.
Your Honor, I'd like to revisit your theory from yesterday, in order to thoroughly disprove it.
I would caution you to choose your words carefully, Mr. Edgeworth. As I am sure you remember, your badge is in my hands.
How could I forget? You've told me several dozen times already. Perhaps you'd care to try a different threat.
Overruled! You have been warned repeatedly, yes, and each time, my words seem to have fallen on deaf ears. Allow me to make this perfectly crystal clear. The committee cannot and will not tolerate insubordination.
Objection!
You say, Crystal?
Objection!
Crystal?
The fate of my badge and the whims of the committee are of no concern to me now. The only thing that concerns me is proving Simeon Saint's innocence.
Crystal? I got one of those.
Interesting. And spoken like a true defense attorney. In that case, I shall be equally uncompromising. In the name of the goddess of justice, I will strike down your case without mercy. And when I am done, your career as a prosecutor will be over as well. I hope you do not come to regret this.
Judge Gavel's theory.
My theory remains the same as when I relayed it to you yesterday. Mr. Carceretto did not see Mr. Knight's body when he passed through the tunnel. As such, the body could only have been dropped down the well during the show. We both know the only one who could have dropped the body down the... Let me try again. We both know the only one who could have dropped the body down there during the show is Mr. Saint.
Boom.
That's still your assertion? And you can prove it, of course?
Of course she can. Who do you think you're up against?
What Eustace means to say, step back a minute, child, is that we received the final autopsy report just ahead of our arrival. Guess what? It's been updated.
She really is a very busy woman. Busy looking after baby Winner.
You know, I feel like at this point I should be considered legal guardian at this point, but...
Probably. Legal guardian of child.
Legal guardian of child.
Laura, may I request that from now on you refer to Eustace as boy?
No. For anyone who doesn't know, Laura is currently playing through God of War on her own channel, and we jokingly refer to the game as Legal Guardian of Child. So
Yeah, for context.
God of War, Dad of Boy, Legal Guardian of Child. It's the most, like, gender-neutral thing I came up with, so... That's why I like
I
it.
actually prefer it 'cause it's such a good title.
It is such a good. It is so much funnier.
More.
It's funnier than that of Boy, honestly.
Yeah.
More.
The victim appears to have died the night before the body was discovered. In other words, the night before the show. The cause of death is as stated. It seems the wound is 4 inches deep.
Ouch.
Autopsy report data updated in my organizer. Once again, this is how it feels.
Simeon Saint was upstage during a period of about 15 minutes. That was plenty of time for him to throw the victim's body down the well.
Judge Gavel hasn't investigated the yard yet, which means... I fear there may be something of a flaw with your theory, Your Honor.
You seem very confident of that. But, do you have any evidence to prove it?
Yes, I think I just might.
Wait a minute, what?
Judge Gavel's theory.
Why is there a budgie just hanging out there?
There are two
Two.
budgies. Chirp.
Why is there boss music?
I just did not expect two budgies to be there. That's like a choice for sure.
I mean, this
guess
is a
you
prison
can
full of
adopt
animals.
them as well.
The weights replace
If you
the
were
most
an
of
inmate there drifting, would you choose the budgies?
No, I would choose the parrot that's already locked in jail with me.
It knows what it did.
All is innocent.
Thank you for following Crane Culture. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Oh, hey, that's my friend.
Hey, hello.
Hello, Kate.
Crane.
Welcome to the show.
They really like the Yakuza franchise.
Ooh.
Nice.
Nice.
And I've repeatedly sent them that one image where Majima says thank you to Phoenix for telling him not to punch the judge. Because I think about that every goddamn day. And yes, I said that like John Mulaney on purpose. Anyway.
Let's see if
You're
my theory is correct. Objection! Sorry, Your Honor, but there's something else you're going to have to take into account. The well in the yard was rigged up to create a certain unique contraption.
A contraption. Go on.
You'll recall that Mr. Saint was sent flying from the stage by the elephant.
I do. Just before he was to be absent for some time.
He was only able to fly through the air thanks to a weighted rope he tied around himself. Dropping the weighted end down the well allowed him to complete the trick.
Oh dear. My guy decided to show up. Hang on. Wouldn't that send him flying as soon as he set foot on the stage?
Hold it. It's simple, really. He kept the weight from falling by using a stake to keep the rope in place. With a second rope, he was able to pull the stake free, thereby controlling when the weight was dropped. We have found evidence to suggest that the original weight was replaced with Knight's body. This was done by the real killer in order to create an alibi. The estimated time of death tells us that the murder took place early in the morning. The killer could have tampered with the contraption in the time between the murder and the show.
Objection! You're saying that I can see the screen. Hang on. You're saying Mr. Saint himself set this contraption up, right? Well, who do you think is the number one most likely person to have used it to dispose of a bunny? Even you must see how this looks.
Objection! If Mr. Saint was the killer, he could have simply done as Judge Givell theorized, without these extra steps. Miss Berry,
Oh dear. Yes?
does anyone else know how Mr. Saint's trick works?
Well, let's see. We had to get the prison's approval on what we were going to perform. So I don't think Simeon's the only one who knows.
And there you have it.
Overruled. Interesting. You have certainly been diligent in your investigation. And yet, I fail to comprehend your actions still. Why do you not work to do what is right?
Is what I'm doing wrong? Also, of course I do right.
Wow.
Very good at it.
At least 3 nights a week.
Wow.
If so, who is it that deems it so?
Firstly, please, I'm a woman of God.
Goddess, even.
Yes, I'm a woman of religion. This is blasphemy. And secondly, how can you not grasp even that? How can you not see that you are doing wrong at this very moment? You are a prosecutor, and yet you aid the defense. This flies in the face of common sense. You are breaking every rule in the book.
I think of only what is right and just, and act as I see fit in each situation I am confronted with. This is the path I have chosen, and whether you can comprehend that choice is immaterial. Do you mean to stand in my way? I will fight back with all I can bring to bear.
To me?
Perhaps the goddess of justice is testing me. Very well. if it is her will that we must fight. Then I shall end this, once and for all. Listen well, Mr. Edgeworth, for there is another reason why only Mr. Saint can be the killer. Round 2.
Why Saint is the
Right.
suspect.
If the body was moved from the yard to the workshop, then Mr. Knight must have first been brought here to the yard from his cell. The only person who had the opportunity to do that is Simeon Saint.
There's also a cockatoo behind her head. And she moved, I saw it. You cannot hide the birds from me.
Yeah, it's still up there. Yeah.
And thus
There's
he
a
remains the
bird.
only plausible suspect. Mr. Saint took a cage with him to Mr. Knight's cell. But why would he do that? Why take such an unwieldy object all the way to the holding cells?
Yeah, it is pretty sus.
Among us.
Amogus.
I love that. Thank you so much. Okay, that alone, I think, has made the fact that it took so long, like, not worth it, but like, not a loss, not a net loss. I guess that's what I like. Sure, Eustace. Sure, other names I disagree with. Sure, a lot of waiting, but also sus. Okay, sorry, I just had to.
Thank you, Lemming, for the sound effect.
Oh my god.
Anytime.
But we all met Mr. Saint. That's exactly the kind of thing he would do. It's entirely plausible that he took the cage with him out of absent-mindedness and nothing else.
It may be plausible, but it is no more or less plausible than him having helped Mr. Knight to escape.
I need some real solid evidence if I'm going to get her to budge. Why Saint is the suspect.
It may be plausible for now, but pretty soon it will be busted.
I understand that reference.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have it.
What?
After 50 minutes of feverish work, I have the original.
Hey,
And I also have
Oh, Twilight Zone.
better actually.
Wow.
That even sounds like shutting down.
Yeah, it does. I love it.
Objection! Mr. Saint is far from the only one who had the opportunity.
Which opportunity are we talking about again?
We previously established that the time code on the security footage was off by 3 hours. And from this, we can deduce that there must have been a power outage lasting for that length of time, during which anyone could have moved around the prison undetected.
Do you mean to say that our killer intentionally created this 3-hour gap? That it was no simple camera malfunction? Is that even possible?
Of course!
It was completely possible to create the 3-hour gap using this. Take that! Our investigation of the yard turned up something rather interesting. A panel of breakers, one which can be used to cut the power to the security cameras. We also learned that the door to the power room may have been opened at around the time of the murder.
What? Also, how?
Such a shame to see one so capable fall so short of the mark.
Mr. Edgeworth knows what he's doing. I think.
Then how does he explain the lock on the power room door?
Oh yeah, it was kind of locked up tight. I didn't expect I would wake up from my slumber in this episode.
From your menacing standing.
And the warden's the only one with a key.
Those breakers are vital to the prison's infrastructure. So So I very much doubt that anyone could have gained access to the power room's keys so easily.
Objection! No, but one person could have.
The warden.
I beg your pardon.
That person, the killer, had easy access to it, in fact. And what's more, their position here is such that nobody would dare question them.
Objection. What? There's no one like that. To break into the electric fence is in there. They would have
Why
been
is
questioned
there
in an instant.
Why is there a third budgie?
They just turn up.
Also, I think it's either a cockatoo or a cockatiel.
There's only one person. There's only one person that meets these criteria. Sorry about that.
But it's still getting out of hand now. There's 3 of them.
Yeah.
There's more birds. Be very concerned.
I can hardly believe it myself, but I have to follow where the logic leads. The person who had access to the power room key was
Okay.
Fifi Lagarde. The real culprit is
Bark.
Wolf.
Warden Lagarde.
Oh, just look at you! Aren't you the cutest little booty woo?
He's not just a pretty face, but also has quite the nose for sweet things. It seems she's smelling.
Sorry.
Oh, go on.
I almost thought that Edward was about to say, I'm not only a pretty face.
It seems
Oh,
he's
he
smelling.
knows it.
It seems he's smelling something very sweet indeed, and it's coming from you.
Oh, darling! You're making me blush. I'm not even wearing perfume.
Then perhaps it is the sweet stench of death.
Wow.
Well, you're a regular poet, aren't you? I had no idea. But if I didn't know better, I'd almost think you were calling moi the killer.
That is precisely what I'm calling you.
Ow.
May I suggest what Edgeworth and Wright could do if they lost their day jobs together?
Go on.
They could do the freestyle rapping at clubs. Edgeworth would freestyle and Wright would accompany him on the piano.
Yeah.
What?
To be fair, my piano playing is discordant enough to work in a rap track.
Ba, 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 ba. Oh, just that over and over again. It's like easy. Warden Lagarde is the killer? Mr. Edgeworth, do you realize what you're saying? Such a naughty boy! How could you suspect me? I'm the one in charge of around here. It's like we're in a murder mystery, aren't we? And equally far-fetched. This is preposterous.
Hold
No,
it!
This is laser turn again.
Sadly, it is not.
It's almost like we're in a murder mystery video game.
Although I can hardly believe it myself, but this is where the evidence points, and we must trust in the evidence. This piece of evidence proves that Warden Lagarde is the killer.
Was there one about the sweet scent?
The prosecutor's badge?
No, not the prosecutor's badge.
No.
This is the proof. I'm the prosecutor and I say so.
A sweet scent can be detected. That seems like to be the only thing, sure.
Your scent betrays you, Warden. And here is your accuser.
Wolf.
The police dog.
Wolf.
We had him track a sweet scent that was lingering around Knight's body back when it was first found. He now appears to be smelling the same scent. And it's coming from you.
Oh, darling, you're priceless. Really, you are. Your evidence is a whiff of suspicion. Verity, dear, do put him in his place.
Sure.
It seems Judge Gavelle may have reached a similar conclusion to myself.
You believe this to be no mere coincidence, Mr. Edgeworth?
I do. After all, she had the key, and the scent found lingering on the body is hers as well. Were it just one or the other, we may be able to brush it off as a coincidence. However...
Ha! Indeed. Then it seems a conclusion approaches. Perhaps we should hear what the warden has to say for herself.
we should. And when we have, this case will finally be at an end.
Oh, you're all being simply awful! Stop looking at me like that! Me? The killer? How could I possibly do such a thing? Not me, not me.
I didn't do it. I think that's a good opportunity for us to take a break.
Yeah.
Hey.
So
It
we'll be
wasn't me.
we'll be right back, everyone, as we're going to take a quick kind of 5-10 minute break just to come refill our drinks and give our throats a bit of a rest. And we'll be back for the last hour of Saturday Silly Voices. So we'll see you in just a few minutes, everyone.
Donkey.
The audience is going to hear Burr saying donkey suddenly, and I'm like, yeah, with no context. Welcome.
Okay.
You don't need context for that one.
Context, what is that?
Welcome back
What is
to
that?
the remaining parts of the voices. What was that?
I was just saying, Miss also bursting in with his best Dustin Hoffman impersonation. It's Peter Pan.
It's Peter Pan.
Peter Pan, do you better? Jesus.
It's me, do something intelligent.
Captain.
Anyway, I didn't do it.
Yes, it's right. I didn't do it. Verity told me everything she knows about the case, sweetie. The victim died in his cell. So by your logic, I would have had to have killed him there. But how am I supposed to remove the body? Especially as I never went into the prison. I was too busy with work, you see. I was cooped up in my office until right before the show began. Check if you like. You won't find a record anywhere of me having entered or left the prison proper. I haven't the first idea what harebrained theories you little scamps have cut up, but I'm innocent. There's simply no way I could be the killer.
Give me a break. Missile doesn't lie. Don't make it hard for anyone to come clean.
Big crunch.
Dear, it crunch.
Oh dear.
Also, I heard Fissile instead of missile, so make of that what you
I mean,
will.
Thistle doesn't lie either.
I hope not.
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh dear. I'm afraid you are the one making things difficult.
Good.
As I just said, I never went into the prison. If you think I'm lying, go and check the records.
She clearly wants us to check those records, which means they won't help us. We'll just have to find another way of getting the truth out of her.
Please, Mr. Edgeworth, stop being a big silly. You've made a big fucky wucky and you know it.
The police are coming for you.
Jesus Christ, the way that you can't just do that out of nowhere. You're killing me.
You've made a fuck up, Your Honor. How do we catch this bitch?
Okay, let's question the records. Hold it! Sure, maybe you didn't go through the main entrance to the prison, but what if you took another route?
And just like the RKO ad lib from nowhere.
Oh, come now, sweetie. Surely you don't mean that awful, filthy tunnel they discovered? Why, until yesterday, I had no idea it even existed.
No, you had another way in. I'm certain of it. A route that didn't require going through the main entrance or the tunnel. The route you took went through this location. The yard. Take that!
Through the fence?
Warden, you took Knights from his cell and brought him to your office, which just happens to be connected to the yard. If you had a way through the fence, then you would have been able to circumvent both the entrance and the tunnel.
A guild star for creativity, darling. And how I would have gotten through the fence,
Yes, Edgeworth, you get a star.
You're supposed to be in prison. Go away.
He's supposed to be
Or
still in
He's
the academy
yeah,
at this
he's still a
point.
teacher.
Yeah.
He hasn't been caught yet, is the problem.
Yet.
Yeah.
Maybe he's on a field trip with his students to visit the
Well, because also, okay. No, actually, no, you are right. It would have been made by this point. Never mind. I was going to be like, but surely that wouldn't have been wouldn't be a school by this point. No, it would, because the timelines.
It
Well, just-
would, and call me Shirley.
Well,
Keep
not
side.
just that, but this translation was done after the games were made. So
Oh no, for sure.
yeah,
But specifically, this, I believe, it says at some point, like it either has or will very soon, that Eustace went there. So like it is canonically already a school, which is a thing that I think is dumb, but that's a whole other thing.
I love the idea that Edgeworth sent him back to school.
Edgeworth would.
The extremely high fence, topped with razor wire, with thousands of volts of electricity going through it.
Oh god, I appeared. Hang on.
Oh no.
Yeah, I supposed to have gotten through that. I totally didn't zone out. Shut up.
With a key?
silence, child. The fence electricity supply can be cut off from the power room, and only
Okay,
you are the key
boomer.
warden. But no,
Simon.
no one but you could have done it.
Overruled. Utterly ridiculous. The power room is on the prison side of the yard. Warden Lagarde was on the detention center side. How would she even have reached the power room? Exactly, Verity, darling. Well, clever puss. You've dug yourself a real hole now.
If there is no record of Warden Lagarde having entered the prison proper, then the idea she could have shut off the fence by using the breaker is out of the question.
But there must be some way she could have done it. Zuba.
Oh god.
Fair response.
Take a deep breath, big guy. Lose your cool and you've lost everything.
But if I don't find a solution, she might still wriggle out of this.
Hey, I said take a big breath, not have a panic attack.
Fair enough.
There's nothing to be gained by banging your head against the same wall, yeah? Bang your head against her head.
I like Fender.
No matter how you look at it, Warden Lagarde couldn't have done it alone.
Ha! Mr. Edgeworth, if you cannot find it.
Objection!
Shush.
You aren't doing yourself any favors by obstructing justice with your silence.
Oh god, the birds keep coming.
That was a reflexive objection, but now that I've yelled it, I don't come up with an answer. It's all over. I have one more thing to add, if you'll permit me.
Something that explains how the warden could have shut off the breaker from the wrong side of the fence.
Yes, because it's not as impossible as it seems. Not enabled her to shut off the breaker. Think, you idiot, think!
Deposition.
She couldn't have done it alone. What if she wasn't alone?
Whoa, now we're talking. Way to flex the old grade matter, kiddo.
I believe that Warden Lagarde had an accomplice.
Overruled. Enough. You disappoint me, Mr. Edgeworth.
What do you mean? Mr. Edgeworth has said nothing wrong.
The inmates of this prison are all issued with security bracelets.
The one that raised the alarm if people go where they're not supposed to. Ah!
And there she is. She finally has it. I see that you have realized your error. And we are, of course, within the prison grounds.
Hey, I'm not the detective here.
Where not only are the bracelets worn, but even the guards surveil each other for signs of wrongdoing.
Shush, 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 Katie, shush.
The thing of like, oh, she finally gets it was just like, wow, extra hurtful.
And despite all that, no one noticed Mr. Casaretto's escape.
The only ones who are free to roam are the animals. And they most certainly
You're
could
an
not have
animal.
operated the breaker.
No. So our accomplice must be human.
Overruled. Then who did it? Given that it cannot have been a prisoner or a guard.
Objection! I wouldn't be so quick to rule out either, Your Honor. The fact is, there is one person, someone whose movements weren't restricted. And I have just the evidence to show who that free-roaming person was. Take that!
This is one of the prisoner's bracelets.
Indeed. A broken bracelet belonging to a certain self-proclaimed model prisoner.
What do you mean? And who is this prisoner?
Why do I hear boss music?
Why
Frank-
is it in Latin?
Frank Sawhit, Warden Lagarde's favourite inmate. It's strange, isn't it, Warden? He was able to keep his broken bracelet hidden and wander freely around the prison all the while.
Sounds pretty funky. And I don't mean it in a good way, if you know what I mean.
It couldn't be the case that he was permitted some sort of special leeway, could it? Although, you are in a habit of giving such leeway to certain others. Bodhihama Caddis, for example?
Overruled. Mr. Edgeworth, that is pure speculation.
Objection! Huh. In that case, why don't we ask Mr. Sawhit himself? I'm confident he will confirm to us that he and Warden Lagarde were accomplices in this crime. If the two of them had worked together, a certain route into the prison becomes viable. The real route by which Knight was moved from his cell to the prison proper. Recall that there were two big obstacles in her path. First, the security camera outside Knight's cell. Second, the electrified fence in the yard. But she was able to remove both obstacles in one fell swoop by having Mr. Sawhit shut off the corresponding breakers.
Hold it! All right, Mr. Edgeworth. You've had your fun.
And do you still deny it, Warden Lagarde?
No, darling. You've got me. I admit it. Warden, tell me this isn't true. Oh, sorry, Verity, honey. I'm afraid it is.
Laura,
Frankie helped me
would you
do
would you
it.
like to cook? Would you like to hot potato someone so that you don't talk to yourself?
Honestly, I'm pretty comfy. I'll let you know if otherwise.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
You're crushing it. Also,
Mm.
You are. And also, yes, there's. I think you're gonna. I think she's gonna be murdered by the birds because there's new birds every minute.
Oh God. Hitchcock intensifies.
Oh no.
the fact that there are new birds does actually seriously vex me. Cause like, why? Cause I don't remember them being relevant. Are they relevant?
I mean,
Well,
there
with the
were
circus, I guess.
there were no birds at the beginning. Now there's 4.
4. No way.
How many birds? Sorry.
Exactly.
Had to.
4?
No. Even funnier. 5. I don't know. I was trying to do Game Grumps 20-bit, but I don't know if it worked. Anyway.
Look, his ass is not paying attention, and you know it.
Oh, for sure. You did it, Mr. Edgeworth. You got her.
For any Star Trek fans out there are 4 birds.
Jeez Louise.
Nice shooting, cowboy. How about shoot one of those birds? She won't be wriggling out of this now.
Don't shoot
Look,
the
the
birds.
birds
That's rude.
Yeah, the birds don't deserve the shooting. They're doing nothing wrong currently.
They're just vibing.
The one in the prison, on the other hand.
It knows what it did.
That fucking knows what it did.
Damn it. The fact that his name isn't J. Albert now means I can't make a specific joke.
Imagine
Molly's
that it is.
innocent. Molly's innocent.
Imagine that it is. Go for it.
I don't. It was just something I was like I could use this somehow, but it's no longer. But I don't know even what I was gonna say. My terrible sleep has started to catch up with me, so I'm not firing on all cylinders.
I
Oh
don't
God,
know.
what does he, oh God, what does he want now?
There we go. Now the mic's on. That wasn't even my phone making that sound.
No, we know.
All I heard someone was shooting. Sounds like someone needs a gun.
God, I love that man. He's so weird.
And there he goes. Anyway, back to the show.
Yes, he lives up to his name.
Ra-da-da-da-da-da.
He sure does.
That's what he do.
As Mr. Edgeworth said, I had Frankie switch off the breaker. But we didn't kill Night, did we? No, sweet dreams. No, we didn't. No, we didn't. No, we
What?
didn't.
Warden, explain yourself.
Oh, Verity, dear. I doubt your precious goddess will want to hear my excuses now.
She is all merciful. You have but to confess, and you shall be saved.
Oh, gosh. All right. I was being threatened. I had no choice but to do as he said.
Who's he?
What did Canis? That awful assassin!
Canis!
How long has it been since that awful man came here to my beautiful prison? I'll never forget the day he arrived. The moments we were alone, he said this to me.
You should know that I have other dogs. Dogs not confined to this fine institution.
Others?
Yes, very loyal dogs. Dogs who'll do anything I ask of them.
Of course, he wasn't talking about real dogs. He was talking about his
Ghost dogs.
his very human cronies. And then he said, one last thing.
I would recommend that you take care in how you treat me during my stay. Wouldn't want you to have set my dogs on you or your precious family.
I had no choice. I gave him that cell. I gave him everything he asked for.
Everything? Wait. Is that how he became the fixer?
Yes, darling. I obeyed his every command and smuggled in for him all that he wanted. Eventually, I brought dear sweet Frankie to our little conspiracy. He agreed right away, of course, because I made things easier for him, too. So, you were smuggling in contraband? How exactly? Once a week, late at night, Frankie would shut off the breakers. That allowed me to go from my office into the yard without being seen by the cameras. Then I simply dropped the packages down the well on the prison side and went back through the fence. Each one of them spritzed with a little of my perfume.
That's a pretty bottle, not gonna lie.
So that's what the sweet smell was.
Yes, it was a signal for Canis' dog. When he picked up the scent, he would fetch the packages and bring them back to his master. We had to make sure Rocco wasn't in his cell at the time, of course.
Can't have been easy keeping them from finding out.
Oh, we're all very much creatures of habit here at the prison, darling. Everything runs to a schedule. Meals, exercise hours, that sort of thing. We knew when he wasn't there. And that adorable little bear of his freezes with fright at the sight of Canis' dog. Oh, the poor thing. So there was no risk of him raising the alarm either.
She has oversight of everything here at the prison, which made her the perfect mule. With her on his side, Canis couldn't fail.
Frankie would sneak out again early in the morning to switch the breakers back on, and our work was done. Apart from fixing the turncoat and the cameras, which I would do later when I got the chance.
You have shared a great deal, Warden. The goddess of justice will surely take your honesty into account.
I have been the most dreadful fool. I know I have. I'm supposed to be the one in charge. The day of Knight's murder was also one of our delivery days. And so Frankie, bless his heart, did his usual work with the breakers. But there was no package for me to deliver that day, so I didn't go out into the yard.
So that's the secret behind the fixer system, and why she was...
The police have been trying to track down his accomplices for the longest time. Even I've had to let in a hand myself, you know. Heaven knows how many times I've hauled the secretive scoundrel into my office to talk to me. But no matter what I say, or how much evidence I present him with, he simply won't say a word.
That's why you were interrogating Mr. Canis over and over.
Exactly. I was trying to track down those horrible hench people of his.
Jeez, what animation.
It's cool, actually. I really like it.
I borrowed everything the police had on that rotten scoundrel. I watched his every move, intercepted every letter he wrote.
His letters? Then I suppose she must know about his correspondence chess games, too.
But no matter what I did, I couldn't turn up any clues as to who his underlings were.
Our crane culture says, maybe I've been playing a lot of Dragon Age, but every time I hear Warden, my ears pick up. Yeah.
Living in fear like this, it's... Oh, you just can't comprehend it. As you have just heard for yourself, Mr. Edgeworth. The words of Lord Warden Lagarde's Laguagdus.
Wow.
Canon typos. Oh no.
God. Listen, this is the thing: is that every time you get a first release of a localization for Ace Attorney, like from the start, there's every first release of a translation is riddled with typos. So like, we may not be used to this now, but that's just because we haven't gotten new shit in so long. I just feel the need to defend the localization team because it's like there's so much words to write. No wonder the miracle never happened.
I mean, they who have never edited their shit 10 times cast the first stone.
Yeah. I'm tossing the stone to the side, Your Honor.
Saying that, she threw aside a large rock.
Exactly.
God.
I'm glad
Also,
you understand my meme.
I just need to say, I love what you're doing, Laura. You're crushing it.
Yes.
Like the contrast there is just really good.
Yes. Your Warden Lagwagdi is amazing.
So anyway, as you have just heard, Mr. Edgeworth, the words of Warden Laguagdi's confessions have cleansed her of all suspicion.
Thank you.
Surely, there is no need to hound her any longer.
Has she really been cleared of all suspicion, though? Or is there more about her to uncover? Oh, there's definitely more.
Press.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, but this conversation isn't over yet. And I think the Goddess of Justice would agree.
So you mean to make her suffer even more than she already has?
Unfortunately, her suffering under Mr. Canis does nothing to prove her innocence in Knight's murder. She admitted
So you mean to make Laura talk to herself even more than she already had?
She admitted herself that she knew of and even facilitated the so-called Fixer's delivery route. I believe she used that same route to move Knight's body.
And where is your evidence, Mr. Edgeworth?
It is in the fact that the sweet smell on Knight's body is the exact same scent Warden Lagarde uses to signal a delivery. What do you make of that?
Well, that's because we've done it so many times by now that the whole world probably smells of it. Some of it must have just rubbed off on his body. That does match the statement that Mr. Coserato provided.
This guy's right, as played by Mist.
Missed.
Ooh.
Oh no, he disappeared.
Oh no.
Sorry, what? Hello.
Casaretto.
Hello.
There he is.
Casaretto. Oh shit. I have
Oh.
lights. Holy hell.
I have lights in this case.
That's how we all feel. Is like, oh man. Because it is that people will be.
Wait.
I swear, people monologue more in this game.
Wait till we get to case 5 when we have like 2
Oh,
people doing 2
right.
voices each, yeah.
God, yeah, God,
Hell
case
yeah.
5's gonna be a lot. I'm not saying this is necessarily bad. I'm just saying people seem to monologue a lot more in the investigations games than I remember.
God, how did I cuss her again? Okay, we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Smell, yeah. It always smell kind of nice down there, you know?
Nice.
Gee, I don't know. Smell sort of like dessert, I guess.
His words would seem to suggest that the smell had permeated the well.
Ah,
You've been rendered speechless, I see.
I just say
First
ah.
time for everything. Then, I hereby move to adjourn this session of the court.
No, what do we do, Mr. Edgeworth?
What can I do? Is this as far as we go?
Finally! So we're actually done. I want to go home.
Yes, Eustace. It seems we are, and just in time for your ABCs.
Remix.
By the power vested in me, this court is adjourned. Ha! Who was that?
I want to take that
Do it.
scene and just have it go and just like add characters who aren't even in this game and stuff. Just
I say
keeps
there was a lot of cutaways in that, yeah.
Alright, give us your best hold it, followed by the line.
Oh, come on! Hold it! Come on, Herald of Andraste. Things were just getting good.
Fender!
Are you objecting to my adjourning this session?
No. With a shouted objection! If I wanted to do that.
Fair point.
You do you, G. Adjourn, don't adjourn, whatever floats your goat.
What are you doing, Mr. Fender?
I'm bullshitting as I go. That's the tried and true attorney way.
Defense attorney way, yeah.
Don't worry about what I'm doing. Let's all take a chill pill. How about that? I have 3 on me as we speak. By which I mean a square chocolatey goodness. Anyone?
Are you trying to get yourself charged with contempt of court?
We're not in a court.
No, we're not in court, G. I was about to say that. Thank you, Drifting.
You're welcome.
No, my bad. Just had a quick request to make, so. Simeon Saint's lawyer, that is.
Ah, yes. I had forgotten that you were his real attorney, Mr. Fender.
How could you? You're killing me here. You're killing me over here.
Can you blame us? You've been making Mr. Edgeworth do everything this whole time.
Yeah, that's what assistant attorneys are for. Which is why I figured it's time to put in some work.
Work, you say? Somehow I don't believe you worked a day in your life.
Wow, it's a first for everything, right? And let's say this is me doing some prep work for the upcoming trial. Might I question the witness?
Now? Amusing, but what is there left to ask?
I've got a feeling in my funny bone that Thieves here has something more to tell us about the killer.
Oh, do I?
Yes, indeed. See? As a major player on Team Simeon, I can spot a sympathizer when I see one. And you don't think he did it, do you? So tell us who did. Come on, spill the beans. We're all ears.
Oh, that is a bit of a like, oh yeah, she did believe in Simeon. I was like, oh. So if you don't think he did it, who do you think he did it then, Gordon?
He's smart.
I was on it. Mr. Edgeworth, what's he doing?
Bullshitting. It's I've seen it right do it all the time.
It is the defense way, yes.
I've seen that man do it all the time.
He's trying to coax Warden Lagarde into giving something away. Ask yourself, why would she go to all the trouble of sending Knight's body on such an odd journey? It's because she wanted to frame Mr. Canis.
Kid? No way.
If he was convicted of committing a murder here, that could have been grounds for a transfer to another prison. Most likely a more secure facility.
Or he'd be out of her hair forever, huh?
Precisely. She saw her opportunity and seized it.
No. Saint can not be the killer. What a line. That's not fair. I was already to prosecute him. I don't understand my own lines.
Hello, right?
I know, right? Well, maybe we should find out what she thinks first. Don't want to get the wrong guy, huh?
Nice. Now Mr. Winter has to go along with it too.
Oh, god damn it.
Unless he's stupid.
I am.
Well, Warden, are you happy to testify further? Of course! How could I refuse the silver-tongued devil?
Oh, you flatter me.
Eddykins, you have such a way with words.
Just doing my job for you.
Ooh, thief! Besides, one can't tell the truth without telling the whole truth, can one? I'm simply dying to tell all verity, darling. Do say you'll let me, pretty please. As you wish. Court is unadjourned.
Is that a word?
Well, it is now.
Shit. I can't believe you pulled that off, Mr. Fender.
Well, that makes two of us, Craig.
Thank you for the timely intervention.
Hey, it's the least I could do. Kay's not wrong. I've been leaning on this hard. Besides, the defense never rests, am I right? Simeon's depending on us. Sadly, I think I just about exhausted my reserves of cool lawyer chat there. And we can't foul this up now. Which means you're up to butt, Miles McSmiles. Show that would never rest spirit, that never rest spirit.
I shall.
Fabulous! Then let's get started!
I like that nickname, Miles McSmiles.
I just like Fender, honestly.
I just like that there.
Yeah.
There is something that Miles never does, and it's McSmiles.
My truth.
That's what makes this nickname so good.
I really don't think anyone could have done it but that dreadful man Canis. There's no telling what went on between him and the victim. Perhaps he simply took a disliking to him. He's certainly the type. But whatever the sordid details, it was him. He stabbed that poor man to death. And then he had his dog dispose of the body. That simply has to be what happened. The victim, Mr. Knight, yes? I did him the most terrible disservice.
Yes, you killed him.
I suppose you could put it that way.
He would never forgive me for that.
If I wasn't such a sorry excuse for Warden, this would never have happened. And that's why I have to clean up this terrible mess. Warden Lagarde, as ever, your honesty is truly to your credit. I am certain Mr. Knight is looking down and weeping tears of gratitude.
But you're still going to jail.
You've clearly never met Mr. Knight.
True.
My truth. Alright, Let's do this.
I might take that title, My Truth, and write it as my autobiography.
Hold it! What more can you tell us about those sordid details?
Well, we all know what Connors did for a living. I doubt the killing parts gave him much trouble. Especially as the victim was already injured. His neck, I think. Couldn't turn his head to the right, poor dear. That's what they told me when they brought him in anyway.
They must make some sort of report to the warden when new prisoners are admitted. You seem keen for us to think you didn't know much about Knight.
Well, that's because I didn't, sweetie. And the victim was simply a fun target to that monster. Nothing more. I expect Canis used the chisel that was hidden at a chess set, don't you? Awful, grisly business. Just imagine. The man probably didn't even have time to cry out.
I see. Thank you for your thoughts. Well, they were very helpful. Actually, I'd like to hear about them in a little more detail, if you don't mind.
Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, you're making me blush. I could chat with you all day.
No, thank you.
Oh, don't look so nervous, darling. I'm only teasing. Of course, we can talk about them some more.
2 new statements.
I expect Canis used the chisel that was hidden at in a chess set, don't you? It would have been easy work for that vile assassin.
That's the original one as well. Okay. 2 new statements. It must be one of these.
Press on this one.
The thing is, she says she didn't know much about Mr. Knight. How did you know he played chess? Objection! Warden Lagarde. You strike me as being more careful than the image you project suggests.
Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, please. Call me Fifi. Or Sweetie Pie. Or Thieves, if you prefer.
However, I think you may have been a little less careful than you realised in this instance.
Aren't you the most adorable little creature? Don't be embarrassed. We're all family here.
Come on, Mr. Edgeworth. Don't let her get inside your head.
You said earlier that you didn't know much about Knight. In which case, I find it rather strange that you know about the chisel.
Well, of course I do, darling. Don't you think we don't check prisoners when they come in?
Objection! You're not talking your way out of this, Warden. That's entirely irrelevant and you know it. Knight didn't bring the chess set into the prison himself. It was brought by Mr. Saint when he came to visit. Knight would have had it with him when he arrived. Sorry, Knight wouldn't have had it with him when he arrived.
What? I mean, of course, Mr. Saint came in.
Objection! You checked him? I find that hard to believe, because if you did, that makes your story all the stranger. If you found the chisel, why did you not confiscate it there and then? Judge Cavell, did you tell anyone about the hidden compartment in the chest set?
I did not.
Looks like someone made a little fucky-wucky, didn't they?
Speaking of fucky wucky, Eustace, did you tell anyone about the hidden compartment?
Part the what?
Okay. I rest my case.
If no one leaked our findings, then how exactly did you learn about the chisel, Warden Lagarde? Because it certainly couldn't have been when you checked Mr. Knight or Mr. Saint on their arrival.
Indeed. Such a thing would imply an intentional oversight if it had been found, yet let through.
Precisely. So, Warden Lagarde, and answer truthfully this time, where and when did you learn about the chess set? If you won't answer, then allow me. I submit that you...
Hold it! All right, darling. There's no need to rub it in. You've got me, all right? I questioned Knight. That was when I learned about the chess set. But please, you have to believe me. I did not kill him. One moment, Warden. This is a significant development. The court requests that you make a detailed statement on the record. Any objections, Mr. Edgeworth?
None, Your Honor.
Thank you. Thank you, darlings. I'll clear this. I'll clear up this
Objections for-
misunderstanding. I promise.
Objections for extra statements? Never.
Very well. Go ahead, Warden Lagarde, and please, tell the truth this time.
Her lies are starting to wear thin. This is my chance to expose her. My Truth Part 2.
That's my second autobiography. I said I questioned Knight, but it wasn't anything serious, you understand? I make a point of talking to every newcomer to our little home. Knight was no different. We just had, a little chat, you might call it. And after we talked, I had him taken back to his cell straight away.
The more she lies, the more thoroughly she seals her fate.
So, it was simply a conversation with a new detainee. That seems entirely above board.
Exactly, Verity, darling. I knew you understand.
Objection! Well, I don't. What proof do you have to back up your statement?
Ha! I suppose we shall see, won't we? Mr. Edgeworth, you may begin your cross-examination.
Rebuttal. All right, then. What happened after the talk, then? I think that's the key thing.
Hold it!
Hold it! If he really had gone back to his cell, he would still be alive today.
Hold it! You really think I murdered the poor man right there in my office, don't you? But what would my motive have been, darling? I told you, I barely knew him. I'm no angel. I've had my grudges against Canis, but Knight had nothing to do with that animal.
She really does hate Canis. Warden Lagarde, I must insist that you append that statement to your testimony.
I'm no angel. I have my grudges against Canis, but Knight had nothing to do with that animal.
Oh, nothing to do, huh? Objection! Take this piece of evidence if you would, Warden Lagarde. Uh-oh.
Oh, sweetie, aren't you just adorable? You don't need an excuse to talk to me, you know.
No, that's not what I...
If it's a chat and a hug you're fishing for, all you have to do is ask.
Watch out, Marcel! Incoming!
Ah! I could swear I saw my life flash from my eyes. I'd better try a different approach. Dear me.
That's hilarious. Just him trying to like dodge her. Amazing.
Is it
Maybe
the diagram? The objection.
Seriously, the threat of actual damage from a hook for getting the wrong piece of evidence. The threat is real now.
Yep.
Judge Gavell, I'd like you to take a look at this.
Notes about a game of chess. What is the significance of this, Mr. Edgeworth?
It was found in Knight's cell, which is exactly where you said you saw it too, Warden Lagarde. But you didn't just see this game in Knight's cell, did you? You seen it in Mr. Canis' cell too.
Hold it! What do you mean?
Objection! Oh, come now. Don't tell me you haven't taken a look at the chessboard in maximum security.
Huh?
I imagine you watch his every move like a hawk. Or rather, I imagine you feel that doing so is your only option.
He wants to find out who his cronies are, right?
Personally interrogating your own prisoners is highly irregular, to say the least. But as you said, Mr. Canis had threatened you. He put your precious home at risk. That's why you took it upon yourself to question him. You wanted to find out who his dogs were.
And so what if I did?
You also told us you read his letters, which means you must have known about one key fact. You knew he was playing correspondence chess.
Ah!
And then who should appear but Knight carrying with him a diagram of a very particular game. We ourselves used that diagram to infer a connection between the two men, and it seems you came to the same conclusion. But in your fear, you took your reasoning one step further. You surmised that Knight was Mr. Canis's henchman sent to kill you.
Which is the real reason she had a chat with the Bronxter. If his boss wouldn't crack, maybe he would.
And when you questioned Knight, you made another discovery. For there, inside his chess set, you found a hidden chisel.
The murder weapon itself.
As far as you were concerned, that chisel meant one thing: Canis. Thus, you convinced yourself that Knight was working for Canis, and that is why you killed him.
Oh.
I see you have no more excuses. Judge Gavel, your verdict, please.
Much as it grieves me, there would appear to be little room for doubt. I hereby give my verdict. Bronco Knight was murdered by— Hold it! In the name of the goddess of justice, who the fuck is it this time?
Oh, god damn it, who is it this time?
Warden?
Snapping.
Oh, it's a joke. It's all a big stupid joke. You people just don't get it, do you?
I think we've proven that it is you who didn't understand things correctly.
Me? Please, darling, I understand it all perfectly well, thank you very much. And I understand there's a glaring contradiction in your theory, Mr. Edgeworth.
You're just grasping at straws now. I have no time for this. Your Honor, the verdict.
Overruled. I am curious to hear what the warden has to say.
What? We have 5 more minutes of the episode left.
You're a doll, Verite. I just have one last thing to say, that Mr. Edgeworth can declare himself the winner.
Oh, wait, you right? Huh?
Shut up!
Huh?
Does anybody remember a certain autopsy report?
No, I don't even remember what happened 5 seconds ago.
Of course. We received the finalized version only this morning.
Distant Phoenix
That's
screaming.
right. And I was listening to what you told us about it. Verity, even if nobody else was. You said the wound was 4 inches deep. 4 inches?
Wait.
Riddle me this, Mr. Edgeworth. How does a tiny chisel make a 4-inch wound?
With a lot of effort.
No!
And a lot of force.
Forgive me. Forgive me, O goddess. I came perilously close to making a terrible mistake. Looks like your theory is the one that doesn't hold any water, Edgeworth. What now?
Running circle.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what do we do?
We cried?
It'll be fine. Mr. Edgeworth always comes through. Right, sir?
I'm crying in baseball.
Looks like Looks to me like Miles of Tron's out of commission.
You're an attorney too, aren't you? Why don't you do something? Turn things on their head with a desperate bluff. Blurt out the first mind-blowing thing that comes to you.
Bullshit, Your Honor, bullshit.
Look, detective, I'm as much as a man of action as the next guy. But without evidence, we'll rump a creek without a paddle here. This might be the end of the road.
But the fact that Lemming knows both Phoenix and Gumshoe makes that even funnier to me. Just do what my other self would do.
It's like, God, I wish my other self was here.
We can't give up now. We have to do something.
I'm certain that Warden Lagarde is the killer. It's the only explanation that fits the facts of the case. If the chisel wasn't the murder weapon, what other bladed weapon is there here in this facility?
It seems we still do not have all the answers, nor the evidence to provide those answers. Alas, we must wait until the trial to see this matter resolved, I'm afraid.
Objection!
Objection! Now, come on, G. I'm just giving the killer a chance to destroy the evidence.
Overruled! Are you calling the judicial process into question, Mr. Fender?
Yes. Well, not me. No. I tried, Miles. Never had ideas.
What is the real murder weapon? As it clearly is not the chisel. Confounded, this question throws everything we've deduced out the window.
Nothing to add, Mr. Edgeworth? Allow me to remind you that claims not supported by sufficient evidence are subject to the harshest penalties.
Oh, it's hopeless. I can't think of anything. I need more time. Come on. Loath as I am to admit it, Huh?
Objection! You can't give up now. Remember what Mr. Fender said. Simon's counting on us. Without us, he's...
Simeon.
Fuck. Simeon. His name was Simon
Mr.
in
Blackwell's
Fast
not
Life.
here right now.
Because his name was
I had a
Simon
name change.
Keys. His name
A
was
slight
Simon
name
Keys.
chase.
Because he was this monkey. Anyway. Monkey. I'm very tired. That's not to do with stream as much as it has to do with my own bad decisions. Anyway. Remember how upset he was? He was devastated.
When we're all done here, I'm going to make a bed decision.
Yeah, same. Exactly. You get it.
It's the steak that was the murder weapon, wasn't it?
Just find out. Go on.
Nobody's in more pain than him over Mr. Knight's death.
Hang on. Did we ever find out what was causing...
Yeah, no, I just realised the alligator, right?
Yeah, the alligator.
There's no
Yeah,
way
well-
he did it. But if we can't save him, who will?
We'll get the steak out of the alligator and we'll find traces of blood on it.
And what's more, he believes in us. He's sitting in that cell waiting for us to bring him some good news. And I, for one, won't walk away until we have some.
Okay.
I love you. Gee, Miles. Your little buddy there's quite a motivational speaker. And she's right, too. When you find yourself on the ropes, think of your client. Picture them pleading with you to help them. Doesn't that make you want to fight back as hard as you can till the very end? Think of your old man, good old Gregory. No matter how bad things looked, he'd always find a way to turn it around and save his client.
Bless you.
Bless you, Fender.
Thank you. And you're just like him, right? There's any way to force a turnabout here. You're the one who'll find it. Simeon's counting on you.
Judge Gavel.
You seem to have recovered your composure, Mr. Edgeworth. But if you mean to attempt a defense, I would advise you to consider the ramifications. You have repeatedly proposed misguided theories and have made numerous false accusations. If you do so again, I will have no choice but to judge you unfit to serve as a prosecutor and relieve you of your badge for good.
She's right. I put forward a number of theories that proved to be flawed in one way or another. Wait, should my theories were misguided? Have I made some sort of fundamental oversight?
Nothing to say? Then the court will tolerate no more of your time wasting. I hereby...
Say!
Mr. Edgeworth!
Give my verdict.
That's it! I've been thinking about it the wrong way all the time. My theories weren't misguided. I was being misled.
The defendant, Simeon Saints...
Objection! I think it's a little too soon for that, Your Honor. First of all, however, the court must make a decision because, of course, we're at the time where we'd call it today. However, I imagine we've probably got another 15 minutes to half an hour of the case left. I know some people can't carry on. Do people want to who can carry on to get the case done before we break up for Christmas? Question.
I mean, until the end.
Yeah.
So I will go around the court one by one. Burr?
Aye.
The div duck. I imagine what the answer will be. But...
I have somewhere else to be, but I'm basically useless, so you can carry on without me.
You're not useless.
You're not useless. You're well. Yes.
I'm just an audience member.
But we love you, and we love you being here. We love you interjecting, making comments, and being funny. But we also admit that you have to be elsewhere. And as long as you don't mind us carrying on, we are happy to carry on as well.
Of course not.
Ah, well.
Weird.
Tippett, I swear to God, you call yourself useless one more time, I'm gonna reach out through this Discord, and I swear I'm going.
Thank you, Lewis.
Yeah.
I think Lewis is on his way.
I just feel like that.
Will the gallery
one,
please shut up while we're making a court deliberation?
I always
Even if-
feel
even
like
if-
that one.
even if the court's right.
Yes, sorry. I feel like that one bit from Portal 2. He says what we're all thinking. Like,
Yes.
exactly. I'll come and kick your ass. If
Right,
you aren't nice to my
right.
friend Divot.
In that case,
I meant in this specific
Yes.
scenario. I'm not
Yes.
doing anything
I know,
for the stream.
but
Yeah,
still,
and this
you've done
thing,
it
but yeah.
before
We get it.
and what not been
Mm.
about a specific scenario.
it's
is what
fine.
I'm saying.
it's yeah.
We love you, and
We
we'll
love you.
fight you about it.
Drifting.
Come at me, bro.
Okay.
I can do it. I can't guarantee Kay will be entirely spaced in, but that's usual.
No,
She's
it's
got
just-
ADHD out the
Yeah.
wazoo.
that's
Eustace
just
hasn't
Kay.
been spaced in for the entirety of the episode. It's fine.
Miss Japan.
I feel like I'm I feel like I've got to be here because I'm double shifting right now.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Mr. Lemongrass. And
Yes.
Yes.
That's a yes.
Wow.
Finally, Mr. Casaretto.
Yeah, man, let's do this.
With that, I think we'll say thank you for joining us, Divot. We look to see you back in the new year when we restart the game.
When is the stream? Was the first one in the new year?
Oh, I think we're having a 2-week break, are we?
I think
think
it's
so.
2 weeks. You said yes.
Yeah.
21st,
fourth.
21st, 28th, the 4th will be the first one back. Yeah.
You're off. I know also there's dates that Lewis can't do, which is relevant for certain reasons. Let me just check that.
Is someone appearing in the final case?
In the next case, maybe.
Smelly Man is appearing.
Fun enough, it is indeed the 4th, so let's have another week off. Actually, no, because don't think
He might not appear.
Yeah, let's go back and if he appears, then we'll then end the episode there and have
We'll
him back
end
next
there
week.
and then, yeah.
Because I think there's actually a lot before we actually get to that person's appearance. So yeah, let's do the 4th, and then we'll have him back the next week.
Sounds like a plan.
Sounds like a plan.
That way we don't
Now
miss
I
Divot
foresee-
being with us.
Now I foresee
Ah, it's
he
fine.
appears in 15 minutes after we start.
Yeah, so the 4th is when we'll be back. And with that,
Is this case
yeah.
4?
this will be case 3 next.
3.
Oh,
we're
okay, I
we're
was gonna
only
say,
on
like-
case 2.
Okay, fair
It's
enough.
case 2.
Anyway,
Oh,
I'm gonna
holy
go then.
mother.
you guys have fun, and I'll see y'all in
The new year.
3 weeks. Have a good Christmas and New
We
Year.
love you,
Have
Divot.
a good
Peace out,
Christmas.
Divot.
Yeah, have a very merry
But if I
Best
Christmas.
to
told-
Crystal.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
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 All right,
Bye.
so now it's Karen. So I think it's a little too soon for that, Your Honor.
I'd say it's well past due, darling. Wouldn't you agree, Verity?
Mr. Edgeworth, you may proceed.
What?
I'd like to remind you of a few things. The sighting of his dog, Helmut, the fact that he wasn't at the show. These are the factors made Mr. Canis the obvious suspect at first.
Overruled. This again, Mr. Edgeworth? You seem almost proud of your blunder.
Hold it! But what if the real killer wanted us to suspect Mr. Canis? What if it was all carefully arranged? And what if the same was true of the chisel, our purported murder weapon?
Exclamation mark.
Knight had been stabbed multiple times in the same place with a bladed instrument. What if he was stabbed with the chisel after the real murder weapon had been removed? Just to leave traces of blood on it for us to find. That was how the killer misled us into thinking the chisel is the murder weapon. But why mislead us in this way? Why indeed? Why make us think the chisel is the murder weapon, rather than whatever was really used?
In order to get Canis transferred.
Warden, you took advantage of what the chisel seemed to suggest.
What it's suggested? Oh, what are you talking about, darling?
Hold it! Mr. Winner, if I were to tell you the murder weapon was a chisel, what would you think?
Huh?
Nothing.
That Mr. Canis is the killer?
And there you have it. That was the trap the warden set for all of us.
Oh, Mr. Canis has a bunch of chisels, so she wanted us to think it was one of his, right?
Indeed, that was her plan right from the start. To frame Bodhima Canis.
Ha! Your reasoning would appear to be sound. Warden Lagarde certainly seems to harbor a deep and abiding hatred for Mr. Canis. However, I think you know what I'm going to say next. That alone is not sufficient proof that Warden Lagarde is the killer.
I knew that wouldn't be enough. There's only one thing that will prove it. The real murder weapon that we know must exist.
If you cannot prove your theory, then this conversation ends here.
Objection. If we could just find the real murder weapon.
No objection. How many times do you have to go over this? We searched the prison from top to bottom. I'm getting tired.
Eustace is quite correct. It's nearly his bedtime.
Hey.
No other possible murder weapon has been found. So I'm afraid you're at a bit of an impasse.
Hold that thought, Your Honor. Gumshoe, what time is it?
It's 20 to 10, sir.
Still morning.
I'm a morning sleeper. Leave me alone.
Anyway, objection.
It's morning nap time.
I can still prove my case yet, Your Honor, because it's still here inside this prison.
Also, at least I sleep. Unlike you.
This would have made sure of that.
The security gate.
I'm glad you at least remembered what it is. And do you remember what it does?
Of course I do. I'm not an idiot. The security gate detects metal. I can't read my line, but it's fine.
The court is yet to determine if you are an idiot or not, but
Which means you can't bring anything metal into the prison or take it out. Oh. Oh shit.
precisely. If there is another murder weapon, it cannot have been taken off the premises.
I love my dumb child.
But nor can it have been brought into the prison in the first place. And so we find ourselves right back where we began.
Judge Gavell?
What I am trying to tell you, Mr. Edgeworth, is that if you wish me to believe that there is another murder weapon here in the prison, you will also have to explain to me how it got here.
All right. We know that the chisel was smuggled into the prison inside a pocket chess set. But our contention is that the chisel is not the real murder weapon. So if the weapon came from outside the facility, then there must have been a way to bring it in.
Yes. The question of the hour is this. Can you show me this alternate route?
Via alligator? Question mark?
How did the weapon Warden Lagarde used get into the prison? You borrowed evidence from the police to help with your investigation, is that correct?
Why, yes, sweetie. Everything related to Canis is with me now. Heaven knows how many times I've called a secretive scoundrel into my office to talk to me.
Of course, that's how. The fact that this is here with us shows how bladed objects could have been brought into the facility as well. For who the bell tolls for. Take that! Allow me to remind you of our conversation with Mr. Canis yesterday. Yes, it was but one of my bells. One of only two in existence.
Oh, sorry. Just two?
Two and only two. One for my knife, and one for my beloved helmet. Exquisitely crafted, utterly unique. My ears are my guide after all. And I must be able to use my tools precisely. Of course, as you said, the knife has long since been taken from me. So you see, there is a way for objects to be brought into the prison unscrutinized, as part of the evidence Warden Lagarde borrowed from the police.
What?
Mr. Canis' knife was part of the evidence in the case against him, and that evidence was here in the prison. Not only that, but the knife had a certain bell attached to it.
The bell that was attached to the chisel.
Correct. The killer took the bell from the knife and attached it to the chisel.
That can't be right. The chisel only had Mr. Knight's fingerprints on it.
Easy enough to explain if the killer wore gloves. She made it look as if the chisel was the murder weapon and then attached the bell to it. In doing so, she made sure that all the evidence pointed to Mr. Canis. And who had access to the evidence from which the bell was taken? Why, only the person whom it had been entrusted.
Who was it, sir? Who's been messing with the evidence?
I believe that would be you. Isn't that correct, Warden Lagarde?
Hold it! That's not exactly where, you know. Anyone could have set that up.
Objection! Unluckily for you, that isn't quite true. These particular bells are unique because there are only two of them in existence.
What?
By attaching that bell to the chisel, you as good as declared yourself the killer.
Hold it! But you don't have any proof that the knife was ever even here to begin with.
Hold it! I don't. Not yet, anyway. Mr. Winner, I'd like you to order another search of the prison right away.
If you don't find something, that's gonna make things awkward for me.
This isn't about what's convenient for you. We have to find the truth. You're a prosecutor, aren't you?
Well, yeah, but you know.
This worthless excuse for a prosecutor. If I had investigation authority, I wouldn't be sitting on it.
Anyhow, it's not my decision to make. The warden would have to authorize it.
You know full well that she will do no such thing. You have the power to insist on a search. Use it.
Sorry, darling, but not without that evidence.
The goddess of justice cannot bestow her blessings on those who lack the proof to support their claims. Our work here is done. The rest of this matter will have to be settled in the courtroom.
No. If we give Lagarde the opportunity, she'll destroy whatever evidence is left. I have to object. I have to stop them. But what do I say? I don't have anything concrete to offer. What am I thinking? I'm never this reckless. No. I can't back down now. I'll put everything on the line. I'm not a prosecutor right now. I'm an associate attorney with a client to defend. Only I can save Mr. Saint. And that means... even if my chances are 1,000,000 to 1, it's still worth a shot. It's now or never. Should I object?
Nah.
I suppose must be how a certain serial bluffer always feels. Regardless, I cannot walk away. Objection! Wait, Your Honor.
This had better be good, Mr. Edgeworth.
I've
I
got
like
it.
swinging my hammer.
I've got it.
Got what exactly?
The real murder weapon, of course. I know where Mr. Canis's knife is.
Do you really, Mr. Edgeworth?
Shush, Kate. Shush. I do. Not at all.
If I didn't know any better, I would say that you are bluffing.
Ha! You wound me, Your Honor. I don't know the meaning of the word. This is terrible for my heart.
There's no way that you... It's not here, I tell you!
Ha! Well, would you be so kind as to enlighten us? Where is this real murder weapon?
Think, Miles, think. Somewhere not even the police would search. A blind spot in this zoo. A hiding place that the warden could be absolutely sure of. A hiding place? No. You insist? Come on, Helmet, open up. Did she use the same trick? No, that's ridiculous. Isn't it? But
For an Ace Attorney game.
the more I think about it, how many foolproof ways to evade detection could there be?
Mr. Edgeworth, how long do you intend to keep us waiting?
There's the faintest possibility I'm right. If I'm wrong, we stand to lose everything. Your Honor, this is where the real murder weapon is hidden.
In the
The
yard.
yard right in the corner.
Here? In the yard?
Indeed.
I don't believe I understand. Would you care to explain a little more?
Where exactly? Oh, no, it's your...
Where exactly is the real murder weapon hidden?
In the alligator.
Take that! Of course. That's what it must have been.
Your allegation is preposterous.
You're also echoey, Bear.
Well, they are in a flashback, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Huh?
What's the matter, detective?
It's the metal detector, sir. It's reacting to the alligator.
Oh shit. What? How? Sorry, I was spaced the fuck
It's
out.
fine. It's fine.
okay.
To space.
We're in overtime, so it's fine. The metal detector was reacting to something inside her after all. Your Honor, I'd like to remind you of this piece of evidence.
The chisel?
Didn't we just figure out that isn't the murder weapon? Or am
might
I
re-
behind again?
You might recall that Mr. Canis hid this chisel in his dog's mouth. Would you believe that the real murder weapon was hidden in much the same way? That's right. The murder weapon is hidden inside the alligator in that pond over there.
What? No way! Ow.
We detected the... Sorry, that ow. That's like ow. Got me. Not often I flub from a laugh.
Nice.
You broke him, Your Honor. You broke him.
The worst part when you laugh mid-line is when you're doing an accent and you have to refine the accent because your laugh is always in your accent.
Okay. Yeah.
Not that your laugh has an accent necessarily.
Yeah.
We detected the presence of a metallic object during our earlier investigation. Judge Gavel, we need to know what's inside that alligator.
Understood. Then we will need to summon a veterinarian.
I'm sure I could get the little sweetie to open up for us. I'd be happy to give it a try. Have I just been standing here the whole time?
Mm-hmm.
I've been here the whole time.
Please, by all means.
Here we go.
Warden Lagarde, the real murder weapon is about to be revealed. Why not do the right thing and confess?
I have nothing to confess.
As you wish. Then you can simply wait and watch as your lies are exposed.
Get me, Copper.
Say, we got it.
This has to be it.
It's over, Fifi Lagarde. The real murder weapon was Buddyhammer Canis's knife, making you the only person who could have killed Bronco Knight.
Not the criminal here. This is not Canis's doing. I did the right thing. That's what he said. It was Canis's slap dog. Curse that despicable man, Canis. Why did he have to come and ruin my perfect little home? We could have been happy forever if it wasn't for him. He ruined my paradise on earth. He ruined everything. Curse up with a bunch of that awful devil, despicable man. Curse
Her entire court was alive.
Yeah.
It was
Which
alive and a lie.
Yeah. I need y'all to know. I said there's a lady with a coat made of dogs. Like live ones. They're just there to my friend. And that was the thing where she replied, yes, that is sure is a coat made entirely out of dogs.
I still think they're like foxes or ferrets or something.
Oh,
But
for sure.
they're
They're
alive.
like fox dogs type things.
Also, Laura,
Also-
that was
Specifically
amazing.
dogs.
Yeah, well done once
Yes,
again, Laura.
That was
Yeah,
brilliant. That was amazing.
Your like skill with the breakdowns, I feel like gets better every time, and you already started like really fucking good. It's it's so cool. I love voice acting evolution.
Sure. That was fun.
March 29th.
I just
God.
sorry. Just wanted to say there is such a thing as a request for transfer of a prisoner. So she could have just gotten rid of the fella.
This is
Theoretically, yes.
in Ace Attorney? You kidding me? No.
That we wouldn't have a
yeah, so
case.
It would be the thing is, yes, theoretically, but also like the system's already just so fucked. Not gonna
Objection,
happen.
Your Honor.
That's the problem.
Why? Because it's devastating to my case.
March 29th, 12:34 p.m. Detention Center corridor.
1, 2, 3, 4 p.m.
Who did the one with the lisp?
I don't know. I don't remember we had one with a lisp.
I can try doing sort of Miki's brother or something.
Nah, miss, take it.
Oh shit! What?
Be forensics.
Hotspot.
Have a lisp.
Be forensics and
Oh,
Swindle.
fuck you, thinner, sir. The death results have just come back.
Daffy Duck!
The winner?
Despicable.
I guess we've all been under a lot of stress.
Also,
Traces of Bronco Knight's blood was on the Mrs. Kenneth's knife.
suffer it, suck a tire.
It's just like you said, sir. Congratulations on a stunning victory.
Thank you, officer. Excellent work. You can continue complimenting me if you like.
Oh.
Yes, sir. Swinner wins again. I think I'm welling up a little.
With rage?
No, that would be you. I can hear you fuming over there.
Excellent
All
work,
I-
Eustace.
All I
Just a
wanted
few
was to
loose
eat that
ends
little
to tie
bird.
up, and we're done.
And the birds come back like a joke right at the very end. Hello.
Yay.
Sorry, Laura.
I'm dead.
As I was saying, there's just a few loose ends to tie up, and then we'll be done.
Huh? What are you talking about? I just solved the case, didn't I? No, you didn't.
Oh, you sweet
Or you
baby.
didn't.
You sweet poor thing.
Your
You
Honor,
dumb
he is
summer
a-
child.
Your Honor, he is stupid.
We've yet to confirm whether or not Knight really was working for Mr. Canis.
Huh.
It will be vital to know if Warden Lagarde was simply jumping to conclusions on that front.
Huh? Huh?
There's Clueless, and then there's you.
I haven't been on the brain cell in ages. Well, then I guess we better get back to our investigation. I guess. Alright, officer, you're with me. You're about to see the winner win a whole lot more. Prepare to witness first-rate investigative talent in action.
Oh, yes, sir. I'm waiting with you, sir. I can't wait to watch you at work, sir.
It's winning time!
It's
Bye.
Morbin time.
Does
Yes,
he
it
really?
is.
Does he really say that?
I
Oh,
love him,
trust
he's
me,
so
that was
stupid.
entirely 110% his own idea. I had nothing to do with it.
I for some reason I read stir as bit and I combined it with what you were saying, Laura, and it's like I thought you were gonna say this is 1,100% not a bit or something like that, which is so funny.
It is definitely 110% his bit. And I expect this case will cause quite a stir.
Bit of what?
Hmm?
Expect this case will not be a bit.
The attempted murder of a president is news enough. And now his would-be assassin has been murdered.
But Knight never sought to kill the president in the first place.
Shush, 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 shush.
The truth is not always as important as it might seem, Mr. Edgeworth.
Lies.
In the eyes of both society and the law.
And the angels.
Mm-hmm. How can you even say that?
Shush, shush, shush. You do not have to believe me. However, as a prosecutor, Mr. Edgeworth is obliged to accept that this is the reality of the world he operates in.
Being a prosecutor is about more than proving people guilty. That's what I believe.
We are all free to believe as we choose, but the law is not to be toyed with for our own personal goals. If you refuse to accept this, then you must prepare to suffer the consequences.
What does that even mean? Wait, you're not gonna take his...
Shush, 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 shush.
I'm afraid I must be going now. Farewell, Mr. Edgeworth.
Can you say the bit with my final message?
What?
Don't change the law. My final message. Goodbye.
Judge Gavella's right. There must only be one set of laws for everyone. But if following the law means sacrificing the truth, can I really do that in good conscience?
I love angry gumshoe in the background. Simeon, you're out! Monkey.
Hi, Regina.
Is everything alright? They let you out, right?
Yeah? I'm so confused about what's going on, though.
So are the prosecutors, it's fine.
Some guy just came and said I was free to go. I have Mr. Edgeworth to thank.
You sure do. Mr. Edgeworth found out who the real killer is.
Wow, really? You did that for me, Mr. Edgeworth? Ah! Oh no. Stop staring at me like that. I'm innocent, I swear. Don't pull the rug out from under me now.
Stop it, silly. It's true. It saved you. So say thanks already before I hit you with my staff.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Thank you.
And a great big Regina Berry thank you for me too.
Mr. Saint talking directly to me. Small victories, I suppose.
Can I just ask one question, though, Mr. Attorney?
Sure. I'm not actually an attorney, though.
I
you're
thought
an
Bronco
assistant.
was my friend.
Yes, Bud?
Yes, Bert.
You're just an assistant attorney. That would be right.
No, my best friend. I trusted him, but now...
But now?
Well, it's just... I never knew. I never would have believed that he could hate someone enough to want to kill them. If he kept something like that from me, then he never would really trusted me, did he?
That's not true, Simeon. Of course he trusted you.
No, he didn't. If he just told me, I could have stopped him. I could have told him that I hate never helps, and that he had to let go of all that stuff.
Mr. Saint, I think you're forgetting something. I should show him the thing that proves Knight trusted him.
I guess? Question mark?
Think.
Take that.
Yeah.
Hey, it's the chess set I brought for him.
Knight had hidden a chisel inside. I imagine he meant to use it to escape.
What? You meant he was using me?
No. He believed in you. He knew he could count on you to bring it, and that you would never be so untrusting as to look inside. I imagine that by not telling you, he was hoping he could keep you from getting caught up in his mess.
Oh. Bronco! Why didn't you tell me?
At least you understand now, right, Simeon?
I'm sure he does. He may not show it, but Simeon's no dummy. Good night's sleep.
Unlike
and he'll
some
be
people we know.
True. A good night's sleep and he'll be completely over this whole thing by tomorrow. It'll be fine.
That's not as complimentary as you think it is.
Who said I meant it to be?
I love you giving her a little edge, a little sass. Regina's so fucking nothing burger, pardon my language, but like she's so bland in the original, and now I've come to enjoy her so much because of your portrayal. Thank you.
Yeah, I agree. But also, I like that she's growing up and slowly growing out of her naivete.
Yeah.
Mist?
I'll try. I have to, for Bronco. I have to show him I could become the best animal trainer out there.
That's the spirit.
That is freaky.
Oh, I almost forgot. We're doing a new show soon. I'd love it if you could come, Mr. Edgeworth. I'll be rejoining Regina on stage for this one.
That's right. The Berry Duck Circus is the biggest, most fabulous event in town. You'll have loads of fun.
sounds great, doesn't it, Mr. Edgeworth? Come on, we have to go. We've been invited. You are a vampire after all.
Well, I'll think about it.
The stream is crunching at that.
The stream is...
Can't dream. You got this. Only a few more seconds left.
Do you think that's the same? Do you think that's the same half-naked card-throwing guy as in Justice?
Oh yeah, no, it is. It's definitely Max. Yeah. Maximilian Galactica.
Yes.
Real name?
Who knows?
Feels like it was made up by an elementary schooler. Sorry, go ahead.
All right, Simeon, we've got some training to do. It's time. I think it's time you and Regent got acquainted.
What? Regent the tiger? No, no way, I can't. No.
Well, you'll be fine, silly. You'll never meet a nicer kitty. Now go.
No, I
course you'll never meet a
can't. Bye.
Of course you'll never meet a nicer kitty cat, because the Regent will eat you.
Please, Regina, anything but that, please.
Oh, come on, you big baby.
Another satisfied customer.
I love how they all turned to it.
I've been here the whole time. Well, that was really something, Smiles. Talk about you pulling it out of the bag.
I couldn't have done it without you, Fender. Without your timely intervention, she would have gotten away. Besides, I have you to thank for even being able to investigate the case in the first place.
No, stop it. Pat me on the back in the head and you've got to make me blush or topple over.
I suppose it would be asking too much for you to take this seriously.
Seriously? I ask my friends, I'm always serious.
Don't call me Shirley.
Anyway, how does it feel to save an innocent client? That's what it means to be an attorney after all.
To be an attorney.
Gotta say, I had a blast. Reminded me of the good old days. Like Gregory was standing there right beside me. It's been like a zillion years since I found this warm and fuzzy on the job.
That's good? Bittersweet? I'm not sure.
Now it's just I stopped drinking. Say, Miles, you ever thought about going into the defense game full time?
Excuse me?
You know, pick up where Gregory left off. Get out there and actually help people.
No, it's just how much money I make. Hey, pal, don't get any big ideas. Mr. Edgeworth ain't about to switch sides.
Why not? Coming over to the light side's all the rage. Everybody's doing it these days. Have you seen Star Wars?
I was gonna say if the dark side has brownies, then the light side has blondies, I guess.
I'm pretty sure the light side has pancakes.
Nice.
The dark side has cookies, the light side has pancakes.
Which
Also,
side has waffles?
Yes.
Yes.
No one's made the declaration yet.
Also, it's not two different
Grey
sides.
Jedi have waffles.
Yeah, morally Grey has waffles.
Yeah.
Then excuse me while I share a flat with Ahsoka.
Come on, Mr. Fender. You know it's not about that.
Chill, Tim, chill. Don't get it twisted. I was just asking a perfectly innocent question.
Uh-huh.
The heck you were!
Kales said that you were.
Looks like you got a mean defense team there yourself, Miles.
Fender, I am a prosecutor.
Yeah, but I'm an attorney. You could be one too.
And I'm an attorney. What's your point?
No, I'm serious.
Hmm.
Well, I've said my piece. You change your mind, you know who to call. Ghostbusters! I'll be waiting.
I like Fender.
Yeah,
He's a fun
I like him
character.
too. Bye, Hiss.
Follow in my father's footsteps. Could I really do such a thing? I'm gonna go defense attorney, just like my dad.
Oh.
An attorney, like my father. Me?
I love his noir detective look.
He
That's Gregory.
specifically looks like Atticus Finch from To Kill a Mockingbird. Specifically, even more, he's the version played by Gregory Peck. Hence why he was named Gregory.
Edgeworth.
Yeah.
Now,
cool.
that's
It is actually explicitly the reason the localizers gave. It's neat.
that's the end of case 2. We're gonna give a sneak peek of case 3, then we're gonna call it for tonight. This extra special long episode of thing as we start episode 3 after the Christmas break of episode 3, Turnabout Legacy.
Before we do that, may I request a voice line
Go on.
from you, El?
Mm-hmm.
You've lost your highness. I'm a defense attorney like my father before me.
You've lost your highness. I'm a defense attorney, like my father before me.
Nice. And also, Burr, you do a great Fender, by the way.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Like, definitely one of the characters who I was like, on before you came in and made him steal my heart.
Here we go.
Yes.
Aww.
We're not
That's
gonna.
happened with several characters. We're not gonna.
Now, bear in mind, this is a song. We're not gonna do it, but it's a way of telling people these characters you might have to sing.
Shivers kicked the writer's dream.
Yeah. I do like that they did, like, it does scan, thank God.
Look
It
there.
was so hard to do that with
Over
the fan
there. The
translation.
queen's got something special to share. Now see what they've got for you.
Samson and Judy's Bacon Bop. Your 3
I want
p.m.
Samson.
cake extravaganza.
This is giving me Cooking Mama vibes.
Yeah, it is weirdly Cooking Mama-esque.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I love her roses
Oh.
crown, though. It's cute.
Oh, she's such a good character.
Wow, talk about blast from the past. Hey, Gregory. I'm going back there tomorrow with your boy. I'm finally going to find out what happened 18 years ago.
Oh, look at him.
Yeah, it looked great.
What second? 10:05 a.m. Zodiac Hall, Fountain Room. And this
It's
is...
for my birthday.
Oh! And this is where we're going to end it for tonight.
Yeah. Yay!
I'm voting for this.
Yay! Congratulations, House.
We
We've done
did it.
good.
Finished episode 2, and we're going to start episode 3 next time. Episode 3 is great, and we're going to need quite a lot of voice casting for it.
I should drop the characters. Hang on.
Yes, indeed. And of course,
Which version should I drop?
drop them with their original name, except for the ones we've had their first names revealed.
Yeah.
No, I meant I meant.
Oh. Go with the ones that Edgeworth would, Miles Edgeworth would see and
Okay,
meet.
thank you.
Actually, no, the ones we've seen, because that makes some more sense, actually.
Ones we've seen. Okay, so we're just putting the ones we've seen.
Yeah, just the ones you've seen, yeah.
No more. Okay.
As they
so hang
appear,
on. So
as they
that
appear,
one.
as we've seen.
Yeah, I know. Boop.
Having to be mysterious about this.
Yeah.
I do love her
Let
design,
me
it's
put
very
their
cute.
labels in. Judy ? Her name wasn't that memorable. I don't totally remember it from the fan translation.
Like Judy
but
and
I do remember this
Samson and
guy's.
Judy?
What?
It said Samson and Judy, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, no, Samson. Yeah, it says her name's Judy, and his name's Samson. And I will leave his last name question marks because I think it's neat. But his fan translation name I will put down because it is funny, because it is a very stupid pun.
just bear in mind that anyone who takes the role, you probably will have to do a bit of singing. So
Yeah.
do keep that in mind.
Jeffrey Masters.
Could consider.
He's Master Jeff. That's the joke.
My name
If
is
Fender
Jeff.
doesn't, if Fender doesn't have a big role, I would love Samson.
We'll see. Mwah. Thank you,
see.
Crane. Thank you for coming. We appreciate you. We also thank any of you who have also been lurking in the audience or
thank you.
watching this after the fact. We are the Silly Voices Saturday crew. We'll be back after the holiday break on the 4th of January for the beginning of Case 3, or Episode 3. And of course, I run the show and I play the game, but I'd be nothing without my cast. So of course, I want to thank Divot, who of course left earlier, but also the cast who are still with us here right now. Burr.
Yay! It was fun.
I want to thank Drifting.
It's winter time. I love him.
I want to I want to thank Kay.
Good night.
Laura Petal.
Birthday party on stream, easy week at work, visit to a theme park, metal concert, finishing it with this. This week's been awesome.
Oh, I'm glad we could finish your week on a high.
You're not eating well this week.
Mr. Lemmingrus
See you all next year.
and Mistropolis.
I'd like to eat that little bird and eat him right away, but every time that I approach, this is what he says.
Oh dear.
Wow.
I love you all so much.
Yes, I love all this lot so much, my found family, and we love all you as well out there. We'll see you in the new year. Have a good New Year and a good Christmas, everyone. Goodbye.
Have a good Christmas. Bye.
Merry Crimbler.
Also stick around for a raid.
Crisis.
Happy crisis. What? Hold on.
Just bear in mind also we'll stick around for a raid as we're raiding into someone. So yeah, we'll stick around there and we'll see you soon, everyone. Bye bye.
Bye.
Peace, boys.